And we're underway in what will be a difficult series for G2. They struggled in the group stages, and a strong start could certainly help G2 to get into this final. Utility for Nexa, Hunter alongside of him, and G2 begin their creep up through Banana.
The calm before the storm. 3 players to defend, heavily defended. ZywOo is here. Apex and Flames are here. And G2's gonna chuck out utility and get right into it. Smoke towards spawn, smoke towards coffins, and let the battle commence.
Nade lands right on top of multiple G2 players. m0NESY with that first kill to the back of the site. Flames detected. Next on the follow-up kill, and it's all about Apex, but he only manages one. And G2 through to this B-bomb site, and they've done it in style. 4 players still up against the 2 of Vitality.
mezii going to investigate just a little bit, but this pistol round feels out of reach. Nice and simple from G2. Some spectacular kills. There's one back. mezii had a beautiful game yesterday in the semifinals. They would love that effort again here today. Looking for m0NESY. Not going to be able to find it. Double kill for Flash, and it's 1-0.
And m0NESY is going to be such an important play today for G2. When you've got a stand-in, when you've got Nexa who hasn't had some of the best performances, you know, m0NESY has been able to drag G2 through some of those early group stage games. NiKo's arrived in the playoffs. If you have the best AWPer in the server, you've got the best rifler in the server. It's a perfect storm here in Dallas. 4 spy for Vitality.
Oh, a little bit of mid-push as well. Spinks having a good event so far this tournament. m0NESY opens things up, but there's still that mid-player coming down. Oh, he can't spin in time, but now it's revealed. Nexa's a little bit trapped, and G2 starting to crumble across the map.
Yeah, this Vitality 4 spy is working out very well. Spinks is still at the bottom of Banana, but NiKo just waits. He lies in wait and lets Spinks make his own mistake and dig his own grave. It's G2 back to the 3v3.
Nexa's the next trap. He doesn't want to move. A little bit low on HP, 34 health. He's hoping somebody wanders into him. Somebody goes for an investigation. Flames or mezii would be his target. Allowing NiKo and Hunter to apply pressure and presence on the other side of the map. Desperately hoping someone gets lured into his crosshair. And instead they'll come up and fight, but this timing couldn't be worse for mezii. Or it could be better.
He goes around, he sweeps up Nexa at the boiler. Vitality once again ahead on the player count. mezii with another chance, out boiler Hunter to remove him.
But Flames is in a trap position. Flames is going to play this so smart. If they don't hold this, if they think that mezii was the only one, they're in for a world of hurt.
He goes for the peek out, Hunter's alone. NiKo was not in a position to protect the cousin. And now he looks to recover this family feud with 30 seconds remaining. He goes into the bomb site. There's still enough time for NiKo to win this. It's still only pistols on the 2 remaining Vitality players. One of the greatest players of all time in Counter-Strike, and he spots out his next victim of Flames on the balcony. NiKo thrives on the stage, thrives in this environment, and he could clutch straight away in this grand final. He's close to Flames and taps away. Never a doubt for NiKo.
4 bullets in the mag, and he stays so composed. The trademark NiKo taps deliver a clutch, a 1v2 to avoid disaster. And that's the charm of this G2 team. But despite all their struggles, despite the stand-in situation, despite NiKo stepping into a leadership role for this tournament, you have the individuals who can step up, and on a good day, they can make you so much better. Vitality gets close, but can't convert.
Apex down early. These pistols not expected to gain much of a foothold for Vitality in round 3. What a wondrous week it has been for this G2 side. Stewie off the balcony. Nexa to a follow-up kill. And Vitality crumbling. It will be a 3-0 start here for G2. Exactly what they need is to settle into this grand final.
Well, NiKo at alt mid is going to be able to find one. This round will wrap up. It's going to be a 3-0 start for G2. They're looking solid. I mean, outside of that second round, that push down got a little bit sketchy, but other than that, they're trading. Their pathing on entrances has looked good. G2's coming in sharp. And we'll see what Vitality can have in the next gun round when they bring out the M4s. ZywOo last to fall to Stewie.
One player's dropped from the server for Team Vitality. A small tech issue that'll hopefully be resolved as quickly as possible. And we can return to this action.
Well, this is a good point. Nico, stepping into that IGL role, as kind of mentioned, he's been enjoying the game and having fun, but he said specifically after their victory over Liquid earlier in the tournament to make the playoffs, everything started clicking. He's starting to feel comfortable in this. He's starting to get a good feel of how he's supposed to call around this team. He's got a lot of help in the personality of Stewie, who's long been a very effective secondary caller, a good in the mid-round. And we've seen Stewie in comms for G2 being a guy who's getting everyone to relax, listen to the comms, listen to the strategy, listen to what each other are saying. Those two, Nico and Stewie, are doing a very good job of getting G2 focused on the task at hand.
We're back into the action. Vitality have their first bye of this grand final. ZywOo yet to get a kill. Perhaps this gun round will change that fact. Mezzi softens him up with the rifle. Grenade goes down. Somehow not getting a kill out of this engagement. And G2 are very softened up off the back of that early utility.
Yeah, this is a brilliant opening for Vitality. They've done so much harassment down Banana, down mid with nades and utility. Stewie softened up to 19. Modesty at 50. Nico's hurting as well. Good advantages provided in the early salvo of nades from the Vitality defense, and now they fall back passive. Showed a little bit of pressure with the deep smoke. And then silently slip back to let G2 execute into them. However, only 2 defenders at this bomb site, and G2 are knocking at the door quick.
Yeah, they're looking to wrap around this A site from multiple sides. That's going to draw ZywOo's attention to long, but he realizes he can't stick around there with that smoke going up, so he goes into the bomb site itself. The reaction from Vitality is to send Spinks and Flames down through Banana, and Nico is waiting for them, but he's so low on health, he'll handle the first, can't quite get the second. Flames swings into bottom middle, he'll lose his life to Monacy, but the rest of Vitality stepping up on this A defense.
Yeah, G2 couldn't find a good timing. Their smokes are still up when they tried to wrap on through, trying to catch Vitality sleeping, but ZywOo and Mezzi step up to the task, a kill apiece. And now it gets desperate.
And now they go for the last-ditch effort through the balcony, out of the apartments and towards pit. Nexa is left on 1 health. They're creeping out. They managed to get out the balcony, but eventually Mezzi will adjust his gaze to spot out Nexa, and the second cleanup, this time on Monacy. Vitality will win their first round.
Yeah, and they do it emphatically. Good start. 3 players survive. Doesn't get a whole lot of economic damage, G2. They did have a MAC-10, a Galil coming into this round, so they'll buy back up into AK-47s. But on their mind is going to be, we have to avoid that early damage. We can't take those nades. We can't lose 150 HP across 3 players in the first 20 seconds. It cannot be a thing that we experience throughout this half.
And yesterday was a story of controlling team spirit for Vitality. We've seen Apex have a very comfortable time dictating that pace. See how if he's able to shrink the G2's T side here. Apex starting towards Banana. Stewie charging up, trying to be disruptive. Grenades landing upon him. He's burning to a crisp. And Apex will certainly slow down Stewie.
Yeah, that nade slowed him down right in the Molotovs. And Nico in no position to try and take advantage of some of the space. He sees a few players drop back, so he knows he's got freedom. And we know Nico looks to duel in front of the flashbang. Oh, that's a double. Nico does it again. 1 more to find. It's Apex playing behind the smoke, but that is a huge blow.
And Nico's so hungry, ravenous for this third, and you can't stop Nico at the B-bomb site. He is through. G2 bring the bomb on over, and it's ZywOo and Mezzi on the extremities. It would be one hell of a retake if they are to go for this. ZywOo is very committed towards the coffins. Bomb is not planted yet. Eventually will go down. Hunter locks those digits through, but Nico, he's waiting. He's hanging around waiting for that ZywOo peak. And now the smoke will fade away. Molotov to land on ZywOo, and that will force them out of this.
Yeah, ZywOo's gonna have to work hard to actually save this weapon. While the smoke is still up, he might want to take a clear. Plenty of HP to survive a bomb blast, even if he's close by. But gonna sink back. This round all about Nico. He sensed the weakness. He saw the defense fall back, knew he had space. And when Vitality wants to re-aggress, he's ready. And the scary thing about that Dallas, that chicken's going bye-bye.
Boom.
The scary thing about that is Nico will bully you in banana all half long if you let him. If he starts to sense that, he will go back to it time and time again.
One man versus 3 defenders. The play through the smoke offers up the first 2, and just before that smoke popped, Apex was spotted. And that is enough to allow Nico all 3.
Yesterday we saw Vitality so frequently in control of the map against Spirit in the semifinals. They never seemed like they didn't understand what was going on. They never seemed chaotic, making really good proactive decisions. This might be a proactive decision where they say, we want to have that one back. Maybe in a 5-on-4 we don't need to fall back into the smoke and then re-exec through the smoke as well. Might be something they want to stand pat with in the future.
And this is a team Vitality that haven't had the best year. They're still hunting for that first trophy in 2024.
Both of these teams are lineups that feel like they should have had more success this year than they have. Both of them came into this tournament looking a little bit shaky, and both of them have kind of stepped up from what we've seen in the past to get here.
Burning away. The combo of m0NESY and Nico with grenades take out flames. Another opening for G2 at Banana. Nico very close to going down, but we focus on this A play.
Oh, look at this from Vitality, though. They're making a really cool call. Apex and Spinks just left the B bomb site. They said, screw it.
They're swinging on out. m0NESY only gets 1. Stewie has to trade it and does so effectively, but remember, ZywOo undetected. Oh, the spray isn't clean, but he'll still sink that kill regardless, and Spinks is there to defend him. There's still so much time left in this round, but not a lot of hope. But it is the m0NESY and Nico show. And with 1 minute left, there's always a chance, but Spinks' position was fantastic to lock m0NESY out of that, and Nico's just taken too much damage in Banana.
Yeah, I took those nades early. He's going to have no impact on this round. Maybe one more kill if he's lucky. A 1 versus 3 with 15 health. He's got plenty of time. Just nothing else going for him. Great call from Apex and Spinks. They got here just at the perfect moment. Spinks with his double kill secures locking down the A bomb site. Taking his time, and at this point Vitality might think he's choosing to save, which might give him an opportunity for 1 shot, and he did have it. Can't land the taps, and Apex gets Vitality their 2nd round. Dang, he burned him.
Yeah, not the master of flames, it turns out. That's how we eventually recovered that. m0NESY's in a weird spot. It's a G2 buy that contains a MAC-10 here for Stewie and Galil for m0NESY.
And Vitality, this round for them is so important. This is the round if they can win it. This means they firmly get to plant their feet, and on the CT side, some money growing. Good aggression from ZywOo, but punished. Traded back. And so quickly at a 3-on-3.
Yeah, m0NESY does one better, but equilibrium reestablished. Ball to be picked up by Stewie.
Yeah, but you love this if you're G2. Inferno, when you start losing 2 players on the CT side, is a very big map. So they have to know there's going to be weakness. Nico and Stewie going to start walking towards the B bomb site. Apex has no smoke, no Molotov, just an HE grenade. And they might call for another gamble again as he shifts off deep towards CT spawn. If this gets smoked off, they might just call the loss and save the weapons. Nexa exposed in middle, can't handle the peak. Now Apex can step back up.
It's a long-range fight for Apex, and that smoke is going to sever off his vision, but he has a grenade to break it open. And it's not going to be effective. And as G2 take a second to pause, Stewie doesn't overextend into that open smoke. Now he can plant the bomb. A player deficit here for G2. That's the Nico and Stewie 2K combo. History between these 2 players, and they're looking to make it here in Dallas. Stewie plays in from dark. Nico has Banana covered.
Flames has another smoke to block off Nico when they come for this retake.
So they'll sever off Stewie alone. Nico realizes he has to be proactive about this. He has to sneak through that smoke to help out Stewie. You can't leave him all alone, but that's exactly what will happen. Nico will fall, and Vitality come back. back into it. It's an important round, as you mentioned, Jason, for Vitality to pick up, as now they plant their feet on Inferno.
Such a patient retake from Vitality. That's that composure we talked about yesterday, looking good in the retake. And a nice conversion from a 3-on-3. Lead is cut to just 1. And G2, even with the bomb plant, is going to have to save. Invest in a couple upgraded pistols, that's about it.
We see Mezzi clean up that kill through the smoke. What a performance he had yesterday. A player that's gained a lot of rightful criticism within this Vitality camp. Maybe hasn't adjusted quite smoothly into Vitality's ranks, and yesterday we had a huge playoff game against Team Spirit. And he is 10-4 right now, Jason, so he's looking to have a replica.
He's found some comfort within the squad here at Dallas. Modesty looks like he wants to knock on the door. Rap side against ZywOo. Yeah, sees the jiggle and gives up the fight. No need to duel against the Deagle at that range at this point.
Modesty peeks in towards the archway. ZywOo to take Modesty out of play. Spinks shuts out Hunter, and G2 really shouldn't gain anything in this round. They're looking for some damage. They'll get a dink on ZywOo, but that is the closest they will come to getting impact in this round. Stewie left alone in the apartments. And he'll walk to his death. It is going to be a tight game here, 4-4 to kick off Inferno.
Might be time for a timeout for G2 and just talk things over. Nothing's necessarily going wrong. Nothing's too awkward or bad, but just have the conversation. What they've kind of seen out of Vitality on the CT side so far is how proactive and how mobile the B defense is at the moment. Apex kind of marshalling them in different ways to move them around the map. We've seen them push Banana, re-aggress Banana, fall back to CT spawn to stack the A bomb site, give up the B bomb site for a retake.
Yeah, and that Apex experience, it brings out in terms of his history with IEM as well. 29 IEM attendances for Apex. It's an experienced server for today's grand final, and Mezzi aggressive in towards second middle. Nexa catches out his head, but Spinks is coming in for that double dip, but G2 slapped their hands away.
Are you ready for the third player, though? Are you heads up for ZywOo's peak?
Well, it seems like Hunter is very aware of that possibility. The Bloodhound has the scent. And ZywOo waits inside of this bedroom. Hunter, if he wants to get in there, he has to scale up into a danger zone. And he's decided against that maneuver. It's an intelligent call for Hunter. And ZywOo is spotting nothing, staying towards this A site, but there's still a rotation of flames away from that B bomb site.
Yeah, but ZywOo's in a position to gather information at the moment, so he's telling me he doesn't really sense anything, and oh, G2's oh so patient. There's the move from Apex. Stewie punishes that, and Flames is in no man's land.
Fantastic work from G2. So well put together, and these aggressive maneuvers on the CT side have been punished time and time again by G2. They now know where Flames is, so that bomb will safely go into the B bomb site. And there's nothing that Flames can really do about the outcome of this round. So 5-4, G2, as soon as they get the full weapons out again, it's a comfortable showing.
And G2's going to let him keep this M4 as well. Of all the time in the world to just sit here and chill and bring that forward into the next round, they don't have the money to chase. So finding a fifth, and that's a bummer for Vitality because they've been kind of conditioning that aggressive play. We've seen them push down mid a number of times. We've seen it do it with a deep smoke, without a deep smoke. They're trying to show various openings behind the aggression to kind of confuse and never let G2 know when it's coming. This time they're so well prepared. Hey Dallas, Stewie said yesterday, if you aren't on our side, you're on the wrong side. So which side are you on? Yeah, I got that feeling. 5-4 for G2.
This is exactly what you wanted from this grand final, though. You wanted G2 to come out swinging. You wanted them to come out and be competitive from the get-go. And you got Nico getting multi-kills. You got Modesty up to 10 already. This is going to be a competitive, at least first map from G2. They just have to stay in it. So Hunter did know that ZywOo was in there the whole time. And he just calls for Nico to have a look through that window. And ZywOo is locked out of it.
5 rounds already for G2. Op is out in the hands of ZywOo. They haven't seen this yet. Stewie, of course, he's going through. One more smoke criminal for Dallas.
Yeah, he's right through it. He's on the loose. The smoke criminal is broken broken free, and he's got himself a chance on towards Apex. They double peak, but the timing favors Stewie to stay alive at least. And he goes back into the peak, this time punished by Apex.
Yeah, but he's all a distraction. The main thrust is coming on the other side of the map. However, the defense here is very strong. Spinks open in the bomb site. Mezzi and Pit. ZywOo's going to be rotating with the off very quickly. They need these kills right now. They need to get into this bomb site, and they will.
They clean out Mezzi off the balcony. That's such an important kill to grab. Now Apex makes the rotation over. It's a difficult site to pull off a retake. They've got a decent amount of utility here, Vitality.
They got a decent amount of utility on G2.
No way.
That's a good find.
That's one way to send Vitality to the Shadow Realm. They're going to stick around. They're close to the site.
If you lose this retake for Vitality, your money's gone, and G2 can all of a sudden get up to 7, maybe 8 rounds on the half. I think these guys just back away.
Yeah, there's no way through. There's no opening. They have to back away. They have to go through middle, saving their weapons, and G2 have confirmed themselves at least a tied half. 6 rounds collected on this T side. And the Inferno pick is working out.
Such an important save as well. ZywOo can drop an M4. Apex has plenty of money for a buy. Flames can drop an M4 as well. It's going to be a really, really strong defense again for Vitality. But they take a timeout first to talk it over. Good form.
Well shots with a white shirt. And that one was for NA.
Oh, I'm so happy you guys got beer.
Yeah, that's frustrating for Apex. There was a chance for the retake, but getting spanned down through the smoke, it's never going to feel good. Taz yesterday was able to dispatch of his former teammate in Neo. In the coaching department, they got to see him goodbye a few days ago.
Taz has plenty of history at Intel Extreme Masters events as well. This will be his 18th here in Dallas, going back across multiple versions of Counter-Strike. He knows what it takes to win on these stages.
He's seen them grow into what they are now. And Vitality are hoping they can grow their scoreline. 2 rounds available. You don't want to let G2 get any more than this.
Vitality have complete banana control deep down with Flames. Apex and Spinks are shifting off, especially with the mid-take utility. ZywOo will be challenged. No flashbang, and that makes it real easy.
And ZywOo does not go for the re-peek. An intelligent player just in with one, allows Spinks to make up the rest. He swings out a library, ZywOo chimes in further, and now Nexa dancing around this truck. He can't find himself the kill onto ZywOo, who climbs up on top of him. Nexa eventually brings him down, and Nexa's had a few clutches in this competition already, but this one was too far gone. 5 rounds now for Vitality as we head into the last round of this first half.
Yeah, Vitality's had money throughout this entire half. Once they established that they could get the economy going, they haven't had to worry about too much. They've been at a breaking point a couple of times where they've come out on top of all of them, which has made this a really tough T-half for G2, constantly playing against investment.
That was the shot from ZywOo.
Hey, why not? Get it done, baby. 6-5, final round of the first half.
Yeah, G2 come to this battle with weaker weapons to try and close out this last round. The most likely outcome is a tied half to kick off the grand final. And ZywOo ascends upon his teammate, and unfortunately, the construction was not solid enough, so he drops on down, unable to fight for that early pick, and Nico is back to his old tricks inside of Banana. Apex this time is ravenous to the opening, and he drops m0NESY down to 7 health.
Yeah, but I'm surprised Nico does that with the Galil. I'm surprised he wasn't given an AK-47 if he calls for that kind of a play, because he had the first dink. With an AK, that's done, and then he's continuing to bully this bomb site. Instead, they lose a player, and Stewie's kind of got to be left behind. The rest of G2, once again, going to go test this A bomb site, but this has not been an effective tactic for G2 throughout this half. They got 1 or 2 round wins on it, but Vitality's been really, really solid about stopping them.
In particular, Mezzi and Pit, unpredictable, difficult to deal with.
Good position for Nexa.
Nexa is waiting for Spinks to re-peek. It's a big kill. In fact, it is massive because it opens up the site, and Nexa's got a second. Okay, Nexa! In the grand final, he's delivering impact, and that forces G2 forward. Vitality have to go for this one. Last round of the half. but Stewie's in banana, Zywoo's in library, and this just looks too difficult to win.
Stewie needs to hustle up though. If this retake starts going down and something goes wrong, he's very far away, gonna start sprinting back.
Yeah, he's coming back through the middle instead of that flank. Zywoo breaks open the smoke. Nexa brought down. They're going for this. They're focused on this play. Hunter heating up inside of the side. Big boost this time. Zywoo with a second. Stewie's getting back in time, but Zywoo is doing absolutely everything to get vitality back into this. It has to be Stewie. It must be Stewie. And that defuse all the way stopped by Stewie 2K.
Guys, come short, we will fight it. Come short.
Smoke, Palace, out, Palace.
Ah,
Okay, let's go. Balcony dead.
Hold on, pit low.
Maybe Joker. Rising. Pit dead.
Dead house.
Bomb.
Bomb.
Bomb. Nice.
Flash middle, care long, boys.
Flash. Lane. He's on the headshot, dead. Holding up some.
One more.
Dead.
Break his smoke.
Please, boys. Wait, I can kill him from apps.
Banana one. I nade.
He's dead.
Wait, Jake.
Yeah,
Nice, Jake.
Go for info, Jake.
I'll switch B.
He should be on B. Zywoo was in boiler deep.
They smoke B again.
Small pit, nice. Okay. I smoke small pit.
Make it body
One
long.
should be pit or balcony.
That was
Nice.
I'm
One more,
pissed.
one more small pit.
Nice, next one. I stay banana, guys.
I plan default.
Guys, I stay banana and I hold them.
Right.
Nice.
Nice!
Seven to 5 here at Intel Extreme Masters Dallas Grand Finals. G2 with a narrow lead, and they pull one out of the hat at the end. Stewie with the 1v2 to close out the clutch and keep G2 in a lead. They came to play today and continue this fairy tale run. And Vitality now switches onto the attacking side and testing G2's defense.
In particular, there was a couple of weaknesses spotted over towards that A-bomb site from G2's defense yesterday. Adjustments will have been made overnight, and m0NESY good night to Apex.
Oh, we pushing behind that, baby.
And
Yes, we
here
are.
we go. Hunter around the back, unable to sink the kill though, and Spinks able to stay alive. And oh, it's an awkward fight, eventually won by Nexa, but eyes on this B play. Nico tries to stop it, but he's severed off by that smoke, and Vitality are into the bomb site.
Vitality's going to be concerned about a flank, though. With that kind of a mid-push, they'll be expecting someone to come banana, so it'll take at least one player of resources. In fact, it takes two. Mezzi and Flames move to handle banana, but nobody's there. G2's come all the way back to CT spawn. There's no kit. This retake has to be fast on the smoke fade.
Timing for ZywOo. Here's the step. Coming into a CT. Looks that way, but it's Flames who actually takes everybody's life away. Nico coming around the back of the coffins. He's got one right up on top. That's ZywOo to deal with, and Nico dispatches of him. Kovac the dispatch, and he's coming in to try and win this one alone. Time is of the essence. Time, in fact, has run out, and he is going to be peaked by Mezzi. It is 6 rounds for Vitality, and they have needed a pistol here to get the second half going.
Yeah, nice crossfire setup for Vitality in the post plant. I think G2 might have been expecting players to be inside the bomb site. You're waiting, you're holding for a peek, so only 2 players commit through, and just some bangers from Flames shuts him down. We have a little burst fire at the end. Well done, Mezzi.
You don't see that every day.
You don't see that every day.
That's a force buy for G2.
That's a 4v5 converted as well for Vitality. Modesty did get the first kill on the pistol. Once again, mid-push.
Looking to try and meet Vitality head on. Vitality sent Apex swinging out for info. He gets 3 players picked up on the info, but all the kills need to come back. And Flames and Spinks do so quite swiftly before that one really fell into the hands of G2. But look who it is alone. It's Deagle for Nico.
He won a 1v2 for G2 in the first half, second round as well. He's got a chance here. Spinks is tagged up. Problem is there's so much time on the clock. He has no idea where they're going. He's going to have to make some gambles in this round. He's playing it very far back, doesn't want to be picked off. He's going to count on them coming to his location.
Where do Vitality decide to go? They're walking up middle at the moment, which would evade Nico.
And what timing does he choose to move? He knows there's guns to salvage in middle. Does he ever push down banana, or does he wait for the bomb get planted?
And now he starts to move. Realizing time is starting to tick, and he's seen no one coming up B, so he starts walking his way down. A recovery mission to collect that Galil at the top of the T stairs. There's a smoke available now for Nico as well. And he'll start creeping his way through middle. Vitality clearing out the side, realizing eventually they must plant, and just confirming that Nico isn't hiding in any of these corners. And they'll smoke out Moto, plant that bomb at the back of the bomb site.
He's here with a decent amount of time as well. He's got here at the perfect moment.
And remember, Spinks is low. So if he goes down in cave first, then there's a smoke for Nico to get into the site. The pit could fall. And Nico, getting ever closer to the site. Spinks now detected. Nico, it's all about timing whether or not Spinks spots him. And he's getting so deep into this, he's actually getting all the way. He could get behind Spinks. He could find himself this kill. And Nico starts to crack into this clutch. But Flame swings out, saves the day for Vitality. And that could have been another hero moment for Nico.
He had the idea. He had it all put together. That little bit of shoulder gave him the perfect route, the opening. He envisioned it and denied just at the final hurdle.
I can't believe he gets that close to pit.
But a wonderful attempt. That'll put you on notice. Oh, and look at this. G2's putting their balls on the table. They go for another force buy.
Damn.
Big round for G2.
You know, they took Vitality down to 1 player in the last, hoping they can break them here. Three players at B for G2. Mezzi in the role of leading the charge through banana. Trading utility back and forth. And Apex boosted on the half wall. It's a strong position for Mezzi and ZywOo to capitalize on the distraction. And this force buy has not worked out for G2.
Nope, it's going to go the other direction. Nice trades. Good play of anti-flash from ZywOo. Double kill on that push. Looked like with the first kill it might have been able to work. But now G2's in a little bit of a hole, right? They've invested so many rounds back, and because they got it down to 1 player, this money kind of goes away and is going to be a little bit painful for them to establish money on the CT side. Next round has to be a save. That's going to allow Vitality. They'll take the lead here and a chance to extend it even further.
At least there's a different chant. Small lead for Vitality could grow quite quickly here on the T side, given the fact that G2, it's a risk to go for this kind of investment. It definitely is. And they saved 2 weapons, but they're mere MP9s. At least a little utility carried over for Hunter.
Let's see what they can do with him though, right? It can still cause a little bit of damage. Maybe they create some chaos. Maybe it just gives you an AK-47 for the next round. ZywOo not even anti-flash, excuse me. He just gets one blind and is able to clean up on Modesty. 14 kills so far for ZywOo. It's Mezzy leading the way. And Apex got a lick in there from the crowd.
Probably by his own design. Nico stands atop the head of Stewie. And this slight off angle for the Deagle. We know how good it can be, but they predicted the nades go in exactly on top of Nico and Stewie, and that will force them to dismantle.
Defensive smoke though to cancel each other out. Nexa playing inside the site with one of those saved MP9s as well. Vitality don't want to mess with it for the moment. They spread back out across the map to make sure there's no pushes, no shenanigans on the other side. Stewie's got one more smoke as well. If that gets well timed, it might be exactly what G2 need. Hunter's coming over with the Molotov as well. This is as perfect as it's going to get for G2.
Well, their forces combined be enough to stop the mighty Vitality's buy. Coming through the smoke now, Vitality into Stewie 2K's P250. Apex sees them boosted on second oranges. Flames will clear out next. It turns behind. A second kill for Flames. Nico at the back of the bomb site manages only one from the Deagle. And G2 do not have magic yet. But Hunter through the coffins. Oh, the smoke fades away. That could have been a kill. And in fact, it is corrected. Hunter sentences Mezzy and Spinks to death. And ZywOo now must clutch.
Oh, the fake plant though. It's going to buy time for Modesty to get close. He's not going to be able to plant this bomb.
Oh my god, he has to change his position. He has to take cover in behind the fountain. ZywOo with the intelligent play risks the opening towards the ruins. And he'll now drop back into second oranges. He'll play from the new box as ZywOo begins to clutch. And it's that 1v1, that challenge for #1 in the whole world. ZywOo at the back of the new box against the Flash. The Prodigy versus the Chosen One. And ZywOo does not budge. Modesty wraps in, and this Prodigy sets G2 on fire.
That's a tough clutch. And both these individual players using every trick in the book. Modesty knows he's got so much time in that bomb to just toy with ZywOo, who's waiting for his commitment. But what a save from Hunter. Transferring over to a low HP player, he set this up perfectly, and Modesty closes it out for him. To the chance of his name, he's got G2 tied up. And now he's got the AWP. And it becomes a whole new game for Vitality when this comes out.
ZywOo looks to challenge him instantly through Banana. ZywOo catches good timing to get in behind that smoke. Mezzy trying to sell that ZywOo is not close to car. G2 have fallen further back. No longer at the tip of Banana.
Stewie's got a flashbang prime. They're going to go re-aggress. Nico's going to have to clear cars. ZywOo will grab the half wall.
He dodges the flash. Nico stays alive. Now he's hunting down the flash. ZywOo goes for it and grenade around that corner. They'll get away. It is the first kill for Vitality, untraded by G2. And Vitality have options with plenty of time left.
Look at this though, G2, this is a bit crazy. Hunter's actually leaving the A bomb site entirely. They have Nexa over in pit. They've shored up this defense with a third. Stewie, Hunter, and Modesty's off, but no longer.
Oh, Stewie lining them up. Good bit of damage, but not enough to sink them. And Hunter, you want to go bowling and he takes himself too. ZywOo and Mezzi fall, but on the other side of the map, it is instant death. Apex and Spinx combined together, and Vitality once again into the lead.
Oh man, G2, they had their opportunities. They had Nico with the swing and the flashbang, couldn't find that kill on ZywOo. m0NESY needed one with the AWP, but picked off. If they get either one of those having success, that rotation from Hunter is perfect. Well done from Vitality, trading their way into this bomb site. Much like yesterday, looking very calm and composed in every scenario. And the first timeout is taken from G2. Money still in a weird place after that loss. But they've got m0NESY, and they can afford an AWP. So they fully invest.
Mezzi, again, just having a fantastic show here. Topping the charts for his side. Hard to compete with ZywOo, but he's up there. Aggression down middle for Hunter. Smoke breaks open, doesn't reveal his position to that of Vitality, and he is going to hang around.
They've got a lot of presence to make this as safe of a mid-push as possible. m0NESY's up, peering deep at the smoke. Nexa and Nico over in the boiler stairs.
Oh, m0NESY, nice opening. Effective trade from Spinx. Still so much time for Vitality to try and control this one, but the Apartments has two players set up in it. It's Nico and Nexa. They both play from boiler. Nico changes that. He'll run further back into the bomb site, leaving Nexa alone here at boiler to fight on two fronts. Nexa catches a good timing, they're looking the wrong way, and that distracts Mezzi for Nico's opportunity, but now Nico realizes, he hears those steps on the balcony, he realizes he needs to drop back, and that deagle cracks through the skull of Spinx before the trade is there from ZywOo.
They've got smokes though. They've got smokes to block off Stewie and m0NESY as they shift over. m0NESY with his AWP is going to be locked out, likely to join up with Stewie up at brackets. And see if they can retake this through lane. Both players inside the bomb site. There's no kit available for G2.
Re-smoke to short, thrown out by Mezzi.
Yeah, they're going to save. They've been locked out. That smoke ruins everything, and they just say, we don't want to risk it. Again, money is such an issue for G2 on this CT side due to some of those force buys early on. And they need these weapons. Vitality now up to 10 rounds.
Tough one to have to swallow there for G2, but there's just too much risk involved in losing those two weapons, in particular that AWP for m0NESY.
So many of these rounds have been so close down the stretch, but it's been 5 of 6 in this second half won by Vitality. This offense is rolling. Apex is calling a wonderful T-side so far, and Vitality's reaping all the rewards.
I mean, you know, we're in the 100th in TalkStream Masters, but just think of the history of those 29 IEMs that Apex has played in. Many of those was just as a young French entry fragger, and now we've seen him over the years turn into this in-game leader that wins titles with Vitality and the best player in the world of last year.
And through some of their struggles, they've been stalled out since lifting the trophy in Rio. Just at the start of 2023. Mezzi's up banana. Nico with the deagle, Stewie with that saved AK-47. Big job to do. First Oranges gets the first, but blinded and can't convert, and Nico steps through to his death. So once again, Vitality, keep it simple, keep it a little bit pacey, and they're going to get an easy 11th round because priority for G2 becomes saving the AWP.
Saving yet again. 11-8. Vitality have stuck in this game. It was a very strong start from G2 in that first half, but once this T-side's come through, it's another fantastic performance out of the Apex calling department, but they've had clutches, they've had moments, and in particular, it's again, it's the Mezzi-ZywOo combo who is delivering most of the firepower.
Yeah, Mezzi's playing with some swagger at this event in these playoffs. Yesterday against Spirit, he was absolutely phenomenal. Now he's putting that same work again. Oh, don't lose that.
Do not lose that weapon. This is the whole point of the save call. m0NESY running further back. Now Hunter will move into position to try and act as an obstacle to delay them if they decided to hunt, but they will give him the mercy. G2 saved 3 guns, AWP in particular.
And think back to G2 semifinal yesterday against 9Z. That got sketchy. That was actually quite a battle for G2. And Inferno, especially on the CT side, they were struggling. And the thing that saved them at the end of the day was Nico. He put together 3 incredible rounds to close that out. A Herculean effort out of an individual. And he's played these past 2 or 3 rounds mostly with Deagles. He hasn't really had a weapon to have the impact he needs on this CT side so far.
This is the second timeout for G2. It's been a revolving door of rounds throughout this first map of the grand final. Very back and forth. But it could all come to a close if G2 are not able to put up a fight in this round. Vitality will be at map point. And everything will point towards them closing out Inferno, closing out G2's map pick.
The crowd trying to manifest this comeback. At the end of Inferno, 3 rounds back.
ZywOo into Banana. Waiting out the initial barrage.
Here's the play for Nico. There's the flashbang. ZywOo dodges it, but Nico wins out. No trade.
Important jewel picked up by Nico. G2 have the advantage. 1:20 seconds left here for Vitality to try and recover it though.
They needed that kill. There's not a whole lot of utility at this B bomb site. Stewie's got smoke Molotov. Nico's got nothing, and he's going to stay up on top of the sandbags.
Apex is just trying to gather info with these jumps, but Nico dodges the spot.
Stewie's going to peek on contact.
Mezzi's going around this corner, and it's Nico that goes down. Stewie does peek, but not to a kill, just to damage. And that isn't going to be enough to stop this Vitality team from charging right through, knowing they've got Stewie alone, knowing that they've got him pinned in the bomb site, and he's been here before. He knows what it's like to defend this B bomb site alone. And this time, he's not able to build too much success. Spinks with that headshot back on Nexa.
Do they choose to get aggressive? Because they know Spinks is on the other side of the map, and Apex realizes he's exposed inside the bomb site, so he slips back out the smoke.
Oh, Hunter's coming through. Hunter's coming through, and Apex looks the wrong way. That's the bomb down, and Spinks is now into the clutch. They molly him out. There's nowhere to go. Look at the time, 25 seconds. Spinks can't get back through this.
If you're Modesty and Hunter, you can even... Okay, the smoke's up as well on top of it. That stalls it out.
That's it. Hunter wins the round by catching Apex on the retreat. Stewie delays them long enough inside the B bomb site. The cavalry arrives. The reinforcements get the job done for G2.
It's not a hold that's going to make the highlight reel. It's not going to be in any frag movies, but his survival was critical. Even allows Hunter to find one through the smoke. And that play, that timing is nasty.
Apex is not happy about that because he knows that round was map point on Inferno. That might have just shut this case on map 1. But the 3rd timeout needed for Vitality. Xtaz will have his say. He gets on the mic.
Well, he's telling the boys, we've set this up perfectly. Such a blistering start to the second half. They've got all the money in the world. They've got multiple buys, multiple opportunities to stay calm and be ready for what comes next.
Apex drills out his orders as he looks down the line. They still have the buy. They still have everybody on the AK. We're yet to see a massive moment from Monacy's sniper, despite having it multiple times. ZywOo cancelled out from taking early banana control. This duo of Mezzi and ZywOo working in tandem to take the most dangerous part of the map.
Risky.
It is risky, but Stewie thrives in these kind of positions when the smokes fade away. And it's just him and the opponent in front of him, this time unable to capitalize on the chance versus Mezzi.
Yeah, he had the fight he wanted.
5v4 for Vitality now, and plenty of time for the T side to work with.
And Vitality's been really hesitant to kind of fall back to the A bomb site now that Monacy's had the AWP in the field of play. They're going to do it this round. He's going to be up in quad. We know he can do damage. Nexa up on the balcony at pit. Hunter's now shifted over. A lot of faith in Nico with no smoke, no Molotov to hold the other side of the map. 45 seconds. There's time for Vitality to change this if they sense, but they're going to execute straight out of halls.
Nice shot from Monacy. That's the first locked in on this defense for G2. That draws the numbers back. Next to swings, lines up two, but can't stop ZywOo. Important trade to come back from the rifler.
The rap from Apex is everything. They're doing what they can to take attention away. It doesn't work.
Hunter's again, and it's all cleaned up for G2. It's a team effort inside of the site, and Vitality cannot find their way. They cannot get through the defense. And this is starting to become very frustrating for Apex. They've seen the light at the end of the tunnel, but G2 are turning that light off right now. Monacy hits some easier shots, but he's still fragging out from the site. The distraction set up for the rest of his teammates of Next on the balcony. Hunter coming in to clean up. And G2 feel that energy. They're about to tie this game up.
Oh, they're coming through. ZywOo holds on. It's a Glock. It's a Glock.
And it's got to kill. I don't know how, but it's got to kill, Jason.
There's one AK-47. It's the Glock that finds the kill up Banana.
Damn, Flames. All right.
Okay, that puts a whole new spin on this round where Vitality a little bit battered, trying to save some money for down the stretch. They've given themselves an advantage.
Still, they have got weapon inferiority.
Yeah, but these aggressive banana holds up at sandbags over towards Car, or what used to be Car, it hasn't been super effective for G2. Sure, easier against pistols you'd expect.
Got a flash for Apex. If he decides to use that around the half wall. No flash available, actually, so Nico's going to go up for that peek, and he lines up two. Still, he's there to clean up, and this time it is effective for G2. Spinks will battle back, but Monacy's there to close that gap. It's 11 to 11. G2 make their wish, and they're right back in this first map.
G2 sending a message these last 3 rounds. They're not done yet. And that lead that Vitality built up is squandered. Now they've got to do it the hard way.
And this team you keep thinking are down and out. This team you keep thinking, okay, it's enough for G2. This miraculous week, it's over. They always find a little bit more to give.
Up mid fast with some pace. Op is on the other side of the map. Hunter, almost gets caught. Flames is going to press the issue. Big win.
Hunter's had some huge rounds over the last few here. He's really starting to come into his own for this G2 defense. He's the reason they're still fighting.
Nexa's over in pit, and he's got a smoke.
Nexa did struggle in pit yesterday. Nico will defend him. Stop him from even having to fight. Apex is down. Vitality find themselves with just 3 players left. Nexa, the fire comes in. Mezzi charging into the bomb site, clearing out the site. It's now Nexa from pit himself to strike. It's just 1 kill from Nexa. ZywOo nips away, gets a second, this time on Hunter, and the round is back on. Vitality have a 2v2.
Yeah, that's the only smoke they have. Ooh, almost. Monacy brought down low. They can go through the smoke when it fades. They can be patient.
It's the 2 heaviest hitters for Vitality still alive. And they've got a strong crossfire for both G2 players that are coming in from the same position. Flash is effective. Stewie runs over the top. Although ZywOo knows exactly where he is. And ZywOo hits that headshot. Monacy now left to clutch this. And Mezzi denies the clutch. It's 12 to 11. Vitality have map point.
Do they have one more battle in them, G2? Clawing all the way back to this final round.
This is ZywOo again, showing what he's capable of doing, getting them back into this round. He just spotted enough of Hunter's backside to take him out of the round.
I think Hunter must have got it blind at some point, but he never activated in that battle. He was in that same position the whole time and was never able to turn his attention to actually swing to help defend the bomb site. And ZywOo just found him pinned down, harassed, with nowhere to go. So Taz burns timeout 3. Round 24. Just 1 left to complete this comeback. G2 want overtime.
Question is, Dallas, do you guys want overtime? Do you want Stewie to go all the way to the overtime here to close out Inferno? We're about to find out if they can do it. G2, 1 round extra, and we got the bonus rounds here on Inferno.
G2's made this happen through smart rotations. Even when they've lost players, they've had the right reads and the right calls. No ult this time on Monacy. 2 MP9s on Stewie and Nexa. And Stewie's gonna push up. He makes the run, takes the risk, and gets the reward. A very close position in Banana that Vitality might not expect. Nico's gonna be spamming the smoke deep.
Doesn't let the gravitas of the situation stop him from making the aggressive decision. Stewie waits at the bottom of Banana. Will they be methodical to clear it out? They absolutely will. Flames just charges around that corner. Vitality up a player.
Look at the damage it's caused though. Look at where it's put 2 players. Flames and Mezzi both extremely low. They can be cleaned up quick. This can get even back very, very fast. And already it's back to a 4-on-4.
Nexa makes his way forward in the apartments. Needs to create some space, needs to be unpredictable. Perhaps from Boiler, he can heat this round up for G2. It's a swing out from Monacy. 1 to drop Apex. That's G2 back on numbers. In fact, they're favored on numbers. We've got overtime. It is a story that will never end. G2 force us into the bonus round here in Dallas.
They keep fighting back, baby. G2 continues. And we play overtime. Bonus rounds here in Dallas. Monacy find the equalizer, found the extra one, and sets Nexa up for his play in holes. But Hunter, you mentioned his step up towards the end of this map. He's been absolutely lovely on the CT side, some critical kills. And now all those money issues disappear. All the funds come right back.
And now the momentum and the energy is with the G2 camp as they look to try and close this inferno. Hunter going aggressive, down middle. Flames jumping up, gets dinked. And that grenade, that could finish it off. It should, but Flames gets away. Apex also dinked. Vitality have lost a lot of health, but no members yet.
ZywOo's brought the op in play for the first time on this T side. That could be unexpected. He wants that jiggle and he's got it. Nico surprised. And what is Stewie supposed to do? Flashbang is out, but can he actually hold them back? Storming in, Mezzi leading the way. Hunter's here, but their smoke's up. So this will be a bomb plant.
Stewie forced into the fire. He can't stand and fight within the site. It is Hunter through the smoke though. It has caught Apex yet again. That individual head-to-head has been a troublesome one for Apex. And Flames is going to commit to the plant now. He felt uncomfortable, but that smoke fades away. He puts that bomb down. Vitality find themselves in a 4v4 post plant. Mezzi elevated up on top, dodges the brunt of that flash, but the effectiveness of the second is certainly felt. And Mezzi has to head into the darkness. His teammate swings in front of him. Mezzi will fall at the back of the site, and Stewie's coming in on this retake. G2 back in the bomb site. ZywOo's still around, and ZywOo's landing shots today, and that is going to be enough. Vitality head into the lead again.
This is the ZywOo we wanted. This is the ZywOo we always ask for. One who takes charge of situations, who takes command in the chaos. And that is 3 critical up kills in the round. Picking off Nico, and then as G2 makes their move, he just dances around the edge of the smoke and styles on him.
This is the greatness of this player, right? He can play the whole map with a rifle. He can be so effective, leading the charge on that rifle. And when you need something different, when you need a little break in the norm, he pulls out the AWP. 25 kills from ZywOo. He is giving us a playoffs in Dallas that we've wanted so many times from ZywOo, that we've wanted all year long. A performance like this could charge them forward to their first title in 24. Double setup on top of Porch. Not yet seen. One below. Flames gets traded from Nexa.
That's the pit player though, so Spinks is going to activate for sure. And G2 caught sleeping. Never even thought about it. And that is a perfect backstab from Spinks. Now they just need to get the bomb connected.
And Nico coming through short. He's going to be spotted out from Graveyard, but Spinks unable to take that opportunity away. Nico spins, but couldn't quite stop Apex.
Stewie's here. Stewie's here,
Stewie.
but Vitality doesn't have to commit.
Yeah,
they don't even need to see him. They know the rotation would have been coming in because of the amount of pressure on the bomb site, and they've just predicted his position at A. And Vitality's going to wheel all the way back around and get a freebie. Stewie's got no shot in this 1v3.
Yeah, he'll run off the angle, and Apex is lying in wait. It is 14 rounds for Vitality. They fought hard to get into overtime. They had to come back into the regulation here, G2. And once more, a comeback is required. This is Spinks, good clearance of the second player. The
And
setup didn't work perfectly.
That's why I say caught them sleeping, because that's the protocol, that's the response to that. If there's a holes player, he pops out when you have a stack over towards lane, and none of the players from G2. Once Modesty goes down, they get that trade kill. None of them reacted to that potential.
Modesty searching for that opening fight at the edge of the half wall, but great utility from Vitality that is going to force him back. The Alper can't stand in safety, unlike Mezzi, who somehow finds himself a powerful position. He'll charge out, utility sets him up and unable to sink or kill, so we'll stay at all 5 alive on each side. Despite those early banana fights, and Vitality now set their sights on the A-bomb site instead.
And they've pulled 3 people over to B. This is set up so well. Apex continuing to call a great game. Vitality might just clean sweep this overtime. Modesty and Nico are just now getting aggressive in B. They don't have the timing yet. It's very, very late, so Hunter and Nexa are gonna have to hold on and delay.
They've got to know Nexa is playing at the bike. They have to know from yesterday's VODs that he's playing at the bike, so they molly him into the open. He's down instantly. Hunter must step up. He has to get more than one here, or at least delay long enough for that rotation in. He'll get the dink on Zaiwu. The fast play up middle from Modesty is about to be shut down by Mezzi, and Nico stands in a clutch he cannot win. It is Vitality who will once again be heading to map point on Inferno.
They get 3 of them. Feels like the comeback might be at its end.
Nico goes down, 15 for Vitality, and 1 round win away from closing out their opponent's map pick.
Let's not forget, G2 had a wonderful T-side with 7 rounds on the board on their offense, so they have a chance here. It's just going to be so difficult. No room for mistakes, and both teams have burned their time out, so no chance for the coaches to come up with a new game plan, a new idea.
Easy clearance with a molly and headshot combo from Flames. Nexa stood no chance playing in from the bike. Stewie frustrated about it. But G2 have to win 3 rounds in a row to force another overtime here. Vitality have at least confirmed themselves. More rounds of play. But you've got to say, it does feel very likely they get to close things out now. You've got a Zaiwu playing this well when you've got Mezzi supporting him, so effective up through Banana on the T side.
I mean, you can categorize Zaiwu however you want, as a rifler, as an AWPer, but that core of Spinks, Flames, and Mezzi as riflers is super strong. And as we saw yesterday, this Vitality team just seems to get to a different level when Mezzi's having a wonderful game, as he's doing here in the grand finals to open things up. 15-12. Every round is must-win for G2. Every fight is must-win for G2.
Nico and Stewie lose half of their health immediately at the beginning of this round. Stewie, it's an uncomfortable spot to be in because Apex snipes him out through that smoke. Trade back from Nico is essential to keep G2 in this fight.
G2 seem like they want to finish at the B bomb site right out of the gate. Nobody's in alt mid, nobody's in halls. Nexa was watching for a mid push, and now they're going to line up behind this smoke. It is Flames to defend on his own. Nobody has shifted from Vitality. He's got 1 flashbang.
This has got to be one hell of a hold from Flames. No one's rotating, no one's there to help him. Flames goes down instantly at the back of the bomb site. Nico hits that hard entry. Vitality now not in the best positions to go for a retake here, but they're drifting on over to have a look in.
You've got the money, so I mean, test it, see if they give you anything. We saw Zaiwu at the end of the first half almost have an incredible retake as well, so might as well see what you can find. There's 2 Molotovs, a smoke for the bomb if they can get in, but first they have to find the openings for that to even be a possibility.
Zaiwu's worried about being flanked right now. He's worried about someone coming from behind.
He's got nothing to do but watch the flank while that smoke is up.
Molly goes in this time. Zaiwu begins to place his utility to try and make things uncomfortable for Nexa. Forces him into the open. Zaiwu instantly takes him out. Mezzi charges in, but Nico wants this round. He does everything humanly possible to give G2 the pickup, and that is 4 from Nico and 13 rounds for G2.
Nico's a big game player. He's going to give you one when you need it. Overtime, each team gets 1 extra timeout. Lead cut down to 2. Who steps up next for G2? Will it be a tactical call from Nico? Will it be something special from Modesty? An opening play from Stewie? Or on the other side, is it Zaiwu or Mezzi that just shuts them down, quiets the crowd, and sends them packing into map number 2?
There's nothing quite like having some of the world's greatest Counter-Strike players experienced on the stage matches go hit for hit in an overtime game like this, and we are treated to it right now. 2 rounds back, and G2 have another overtime. And I'm done betting against G2. I'm done counting them out of these situations. Spinks is charging his way down middle. Zaiwu is with him, and Spinks is searching for that opening kill, and he's very close to knocking Nico out.
That original CT side was so long. Oh my lordy. Hunter. That's
Hunter.
not nice. Stewie putting some pressure on Flames, who just dodges great damage from the nade. A 5-on-4 for G2. Flames will be boosted up to protect the half HP that he's got. Once again, G2 running the same idea, but this time there's 2 defenders. Apex is here as well over at Coffins.
Flash goes around that corner. Next, it gets taken out by Zaiwu. Back to even numbers. 55 seconds. Stewie cuts through over the boost. It's Flames down. Apex finds a gap on the side of the smoke. They're spamming him. They're trying to get rid of him, but Apex, he is unrelenting. Double kill, and he gets Vitality into the fight. This is a 2v2 that is winnable.
Especially with Zaiwu's off. Bomb being planted. A little bit of spam. Zaiwu's off. Bomb goes down. But now you've got the pressure of holding off one of the best players in the world. Mezzi's with him as well.
Well, G2 have got Monacy, and they've got him in the barbecue, in the pit. Zaiwu creeping up, getting ever closer to Monacy. Absolutely fantastic from Monacy. The lightning, the energy surge right through 2.
Well, there's the recipe. Nico gave you the first one with the quad kill. Monacy here puts a stop to Apex's tear and closes out the 2-on-2 retake. The star players delivering for G2 in the big moments.
Such quick headshots from Monacy, and this opens up yet another chance for overtime. Double OT as G2 fight back.
Ignores that nade, Nico, as he leads the way. Quiet, this has not been run yet. This is a new tactic from G2, and it might just work.
First headshot for Nico. A step in the right direction here for G2. They want to go all the way again. The team that never give up. The team that just have something greater than themselves here in Dallas this week. But Zaiwu, he bends reality to his will. No scope on Stewie. 3v4, it's a tough one, but Apex, he loses his life against Nexa, and G2 are 2 steps away from another overtime, and it is locked in, baby. Flames is left alone, and he can't get through this smoke. He ain't going to find a way back in. G2 are giving us a story this week to remember. Flames going in, but maybe, just maybe, until the inevitable happens. Hunter to close it, overtime again. And G2 are giving us some American miracles right now.
Look at the stress, though. A clean 5-on-3 into the bomb site. It feels it should never get that close, and Vitality still managed to find a way. What a call from Nico. Final round of overtime to just walk up rap side with Stewie in tandem.
And you can say nothing about this run at this event. They have taken down some of the world's very best teams. Mouse in the groups, FaZe Clan in the playoffs. And now G2 are getting the ball rolling versus Vitality in the grand finals of the Intel Extreme Masters Dallas.
And that first kill comes so long. G2 can wait, they can be patient, they can see what the reaction is.
Spinks crosses into the open. An odd mistake for Spinks to make, and that is going to allow Hunter quite a simple kill for G2 that now puts them 2 players up.
That composure that Vitality showed throughout the original halves is just leaving them. It's depleted. Starting to look panicked and make mistakes.
And the crowd have adapted a new favorite chant.
They know their powers.
And right now, it's working. MTB bomb site, and G2 have selected this site to finish on. Utility being tossed in. They'll go through the motions, but there's no one home.
Oh, they'll be happy about that when the Molotov misses and they realize it wouldn't have mattered anyways because nobody's here. So bomb plant will go down. Nexo with a little lurk. Spots out Apex. They're so far away from the retake, they might still go for it again. Money. Everyone's flush with cash, but this is another low percentage chance.
Hunter's even having a go on the AWP. He's looking to defend off Banana. Monacy close. Mezzi can't get past him. You can't get through Monacy. Not right now. And even while fueled with the crowd against him, Apex will not make the right step forward. It is Stewie to drop him. It is G2 into the lead. And I can't quite believe what I'm watching, Jason. This is G2 who have been behind time and time again. Not just in this grand final, but in this tournament. This is a team that we're facing elimination so many times. We're hoping, just hoping they can make it to the playoffs. And they have given us some crazy, crazy performance right now.
You never want to be in those situations. But you can see the long-term benefit it's had for them. With Nico shifting into the in-game leader role, Stewie as a stand-in, that many elimination games, that many high-pressure games has forged them to be ready for this grand final stage. They've won 4 rounds in a row. And have a slight lead in double overtime. The Vitality's timeout and freeze time come to a close. We play on.
Monacy eating shrapnel. Down to 46 health. Needs to be careful, but they're running right into him. Monacy, has he got another one in him? He's got plenty of his teammates, so Apex going around that corner would be a death sentence. He needs to get out of there. Spinks will hang around though. Spinks will stay around at the sandbags. It's a risky position, but sometimes big risks get big rewards.
Well, Nexa's taking one right now. Behind the smoke, as it fades, he gets the other end, and Spinks doubles up. Flashbang, good swing.
No way, Spinks gets a triple out of that maneuver. G2 down to just 2 players left. It's Monacy and Hunter, who have been absolutely fantastic here. But they're up against the trifecta of Apex, Zaiwu, and Mezzi. At least a minute left, but if they go back through middle, look at Mezzi's angle.
Yeah, this is nasty. I mean, even if he doesn't get the kill, the information it provides, and it
doesn't even need to shoot. He can just walk into the apartments and get a timing through balcony.
Yeah, but it's allowing them to keep 2 players over. Zaiwu's kind of cheating back. Maybe they think there was a timing that they could have missed. Mezzi's going to adjust his position and get more aggressive on this lurk.
Oh, this could actually work out for Hunter on the cross now with that bomb. Is he going to arrive in time here, Mezzi? Hunter just walks past.
Yeah, but they're trying to set up a fake, and it's not going to, I don't think it, oh, it is going to work. It's going to work perfectly.
God. It pulls Zaiwu away. And that opens up a chance for Hunter to move in. Mezzi doesn't have any info that Hunter's moved through to this A bomb site. G2 have found the way through to the perfect round, it would seem.
How long does it take Vitality to realize that it's not going to be a plant at the B bomb site? And do they expect this play from Monacy? Stepping through, one more.
They didn't see the second player though, and Zaiwu evades his vision. But they now must clutch on this A site, a retake versus Hunter.
Hunter's in a rough spot though. There's nowhere to go.
They encroach upon his position. The deadly Hunter himself looks The dispatch of Mezzi. Now it is just Zaiwu between him and G2's 17th round. Hunter stands in the middle of the site and he shows G2 all of his might.
What a time to step up for Hunter. What a tough year he's had. Criticism since the switch into CS2. He's got 26 kills and a big boy clutch in double overtime.
And it's G2 who have been saved by individual performances the whole way through this tournament. Think about that opening game versus Falcons. It was Nexa getting clutches. In the playoffs, you've seen Nexa getting massive clutches. Now Hunter. It's fantastic to see G2 firing on all of their cylinders, and here comes m0NESY. Straight through middle, G2 pushing forward to map point on Inferno, and Zaiwu is on the fallback.
You don't have to pressure this, you don't have to press the issue through the smoke. Oh, G2, they hold back. That could have been so dangerous coming through that because Apex and Flames had arrived. Are they ready for this peak? Not quite, but Nico with the trade. Still a man advantage for G2.
Miss nades coming in from Nico. Not a big fan of all the utility missing here from Nico.
He's trying to do that so fast. He's trying to just send it, but Zaiwu's still lying in wait in pit, and he's not going to peek. If they don't clear him, they're in a big problem.
Zaiwu peeks out, spots out the second player, eliminates m0NESY, sinks his ship, and now Zaiwu, he's forgetting his manners. Hits a couple of kills already locked in. And Nico could be offered up next, but Nico outmatches him. A headshot is quicker. He's down to 11 health, and it is a battle of the in-game leaders. Nico doesn't know where Apex coming from, and that flank through short saves Vitality from conceding map point on Inferno.
Nico never knew he was actually in the B bomb site originally. His entire idea was that Apex would have been towards CT spawn, watching for the B cross. If he knows Apex is in that site, he plays it differently, but caught out by the flank. Finally, Vitality put a stop to that G2 run at 5. It's a 1-round lead as they switch over. G2 back on defense.
Grenade lands on Zaiwu. He's down to 43, and he is somehow dodging the fire. Not dodging the flames, though, is Hunter. He'll walk right into him. Good headshot out from Boiler. Vitality lose their first player. m0NESY looking to respond up through top banana. Grenade had a decent timing from Stewie.
Now they know the position of the AWP as well. They want to continue forward. m0NESY's going to reposition over towards Coffins. A jump to see what he's contending with. Slides in towards Dark. Stewie and m0NESY.
Oh, it's a rapid discharge of electricity from m0NESY. Goes in for that second. Stewie's down, so it's all on m0NESY. And a flash of lightning is not to be seen as Zaiwu puts a bullet in his head. It is now a 2v3, one that Vitality can fight back, but they're separated. And Zaiwu takes the risk. He allows Spinks to make the play forward, but now Zaiwu realizes he's in a clutch alone.
They have a smoke on Nexa. Nico's got to be patient. They know the AWP at range. If they can chuck this smoke deep, give themselves an avenue for this retake. Hunter's coming up banana as well, but Zaiwu wants one kill before it truly begins.
Zaiwu holds in towards that CTP. First is good on Nico. Seeing the second player, he knows where his next victim is coming from. But will they let Hunter move first? Zaiwu knows that too, but the grenade is enough to sink him. G2 pushed through. And map point now on Inferno.
G2 has had no opportunities to close this map out until now. Vitality has had 4 of them. A chance for G2 to get it done where Vitality couldn't. All the work to get back into this game. The comeback from 8 to 11. Comes down to these 2 rounds.
Vitality are playing for overtime again. This time from behind. They start with 3B for G2. I'm sure their hearts are absolutely beating because the G2 players can't quite believe what is happening to them this week in Dallas. They come to the event without their in-game leader. Hooksy's at home, working on strats with Nico, staying up late, watching his team play. And they recruit Stewie 2K, whose last time he played in front of a crowd was 5 years ago. This is quite a showing. And now 1 round away from map 1 of this grand final. Vitality get ever closer to this A site. The setup designed to stop this is Nico inside of the bomb site. Hunter out at long.
They've broken through this setup before, though, when Hunter was struggling to get involved in the action. He's shifting a little bit further away.
Flames is getting so close here, Jason. He's found himself a great angle to get in behind. He's so deep in this attack, but next up, he sinks that first ship, and Nico from the site. It's down to Spinks and Mezzi, and this is still on for Vitality. Don't count them out just yet. They're into the bomb site, and it's a Spinks Mezzi combo to close.
It's crazy how good that looked for G2, and then it all went the other direction. Modesty coming up. He's got that AWP. Stewie's going to join up with him while this smoke is up. They've got to find Spinks. They've got to find Mezzi inside the bomb site.
They've got the money. They've got the time. And they want to close this round in style. They send forward one of the most flashy players in all of Counter-Strike. And that's Stewie 2K. He's got himself that headshot. Mezzi inside of the bomb site. Modesty brings him down. And they cannot believe that they have won map 1. G2 are writing a story. They are writing what could become an absolute miracle here in Dallas. Well, the final fist bumps are in, and this pistol is now underway. Wants the call for G2. It looks like heavy outside B to kick things off. All 5 players with Kevlar, not a single piece of utility. Surely it's got to be contact into this B bomb site.
Absolutely, there's the turn. Stewie run boosted in, takes all the attention. Oh, gets the opening kill. Spinks goes down in dark. Mezzi needs to do something special, and that starts to deliver, but it's all he's got.
Apex coming through into what's dark. It's one from Apex, long in labor, but eventually Stewie is treaded out by ZywOo. It is now a clutch between ZywOo and Hunter. As ZywOo slings his guns into play, he'll wrap around silently, tracking down Hunter, and he unleashes those dual Berettas. Eventually gets the kill, and ZywOo picks up round 1.
Nothing left in the tank when he gets done firing off those bullets from the dualies. Hunter, yeah, a little bit stunned, a little bit bummed out. Stewie puts up a triple kill for G2, but they can't win the pistol at the end of the day. Those little one-taps from Mezzi have a huge impact down the stretch right there, and obviously 2 bullets left in the chamber, takes his time, picks 1 more out of the sky.
Been putting in the work. Looking crispy for Mezzi. Yeah, Hunter is going to be disappointed about losing that 1v1. A lot of shots right there. Hunter had all the time in the world to place that 1 bullet and just couldn't land it. So G2 into the force buy. They've got an AK out here on Monacy.
Scout on Nico, that seems backwards.
It certainly does. But Monacy has the head armor. And he was looking for a pick in towards A early. And he smoked out, so we'll cancel that for now.
G2 will be happy to let some of this utility burn and just get used by default for Vitality. Don't have a lot of nade themselves. They kind of want to play this for the late round. Hunter on the other side of the map, keeping track of any pushes in middle or at B. Monacy now stepping up. Oh, he's got a good timing. A really good timing.
Oh, shoulder peeking. Monacy gets close. That AK's got the first kill, and Flames couldn't stop it. Now they smoke off the fire. They go into the attack. Stewie, or rather ZywOo, fast towards heaven to bring down Nexus. Stewie has to respond with that big old dig. And Monacy's right on top of Fountain. And the flood of G2 players now coming into this site. And when you've got an AK, you give it to Monacy. And he'll get you this round.
The smallest of margins. Flames just misses the timing on his jiggle, and Monacy's able to creep up. So perfect. Triple kill in the round for Monacy. And Spinks just left holding the bag. He's got nothing to do. So we're all tied up.
Tied up just immediately. It's G2's force buy that comes through fighting for them. Spinks could go down here as well. Stewie's pretty close. He's creeping around the back of that cave, and Stewie, oh, he's locked that in. Spinks is checked. And everybody goes down for Vitality, and Stewie, he's giving them a little classic Stewie love right there. Yeah,
you guys didn't catch it on the monitor, but he did teabag Spinks at the end of that, if that makes you feel any better.
Yeah. So this is Flames' maybe a slight mistake. He didn't quite spot out Monacy, and he couldn't get away. And as soon as that opportunity is given over, as soon as Monacy takes a small space, he just opens up the entire site. It's not the start Vitality would have been hoping for. They're down to pistols again. ZywOo on the dig. And the champ begins for map 2. The only thing more powerful than the patriotism is the hatred for Apex, it would seem. But a loving hatred.
It's all in good fun.
Nico to clear out the other side of the wall. ZywOo getting into that mid-smoke. Doesn't overextend.
Just patience from G2. As the smokes are up, don't want to step in anything weird against these pistols.
Yeah, they've had a fair few problems against pistols in this tournament, G2. They've had a few moments that should have been theirs, so they are taking the time in this grand final. They do not want to make a step wrong. Apex starting to gather with Flames. About to walk into Nexa, who primes himself ready with this AK-47. Monacy's there with a flashbang. It might come at the perfect time. In fact, his Flames is now blinded, but he actually landed the dink at far and close on Nexa. This gets a little worrying, but Nico, fortunately, to bring ZywOo down. Stewie coming in on that follow-up. Spinks is shut down from camera. And in a snapshot, it is a Vitality who crack open.
A little bit dangerous swinging into that stack as they fall back. Apex needed to have a kill with that AK-47 to stem the tide, and it just doesn't happen. Mezzi left alone. So 2-1 for G2. They avert danger. Next round should get easier. Unarmored pistols for Vitality, surely. And G2's looking to get a hot start. G2's played this map twice at Dallas so far. A 13-10 win over Falcons back in the group stage, and also a loss, a heavy loss to Vitality on this map, 5-13.
Talking point about the playoffs, G2, being different from that of the group stages, they've had more time to warm up, and they feel like they've actually clicked with Stewie. So it is a different team to that played in the group stages. And they're very competitive right now, G2.
Yeah, Vitality's finding that out the hard way.
And also Nico's performance, I thought ever since he's hit the stage, he has just been absolutely destroying his opponents. Nico has been so good here in the playoffs of Dallas.
So round 4 comes into play. And as we expected, it's unarmored pistols for Vitality, not a whole lot to fight with. Both these teams have such huge expectations. Obviously, some of those have faded with the G2 situation. Both of them have spent a long time without trophies.
Yeah, that's a big shot from Mezzi. Yeah, I think we started to maybe doubt these teams being at the top of this year, right? You know, you got Mouj, you got FaZe, you got Spirit entering the conversation for winning trophies. Maybe we started to drop Vitality and G2 a little further down that hierarchy.
Yeah, they've been struggling to maintain their position in it, right? G2's going to go for an investigation. Sees one, doesn't want the fight, but there's a timing. ZywOo's going to peek at some point. Oh, there's the push. Monacy not ready, and he's about to spin back around. Nico's holding it off for the moment. A good recovery into a 3-on-3, and that might save the day.
Yeah, Nico making sure that G2 don't fall out of this round. But there's still a shot here for Vitality, despite it being small. They've got 2 USPs. But still, Mezzi has that dig. Next, it starts to search towards A. Vitality realized just sitting idly by on the bomb site might not be the best call. Mezzi so close to bringing down Nexa. And they're running into Apex's USP. They run on by. It's Nico spotted first. And eventually, Stewie trades it out. But this is getting awkward. Flames is so close. A knife would have done it. Nexus so low, but Flames has no idea. They slip right by one another. Nexus gone right past him, and Flames gets into the site, and Stewie is not going to be ready for this. Stewie is not going to be ready for Flames, and that USP brings him down. But Nexa not spotted. He's got that kill from behind, but it's a MAC-10 to close it, and he's got low health. He's got 8 health against the AK-47. It comes down to whether or not Nexa plays this to perfection. Time can be on his side because Mezzi does not have the kit. Eventually, he's got to stick it, and he'll go now. Will Nexa peek it? He's not going for it. Oh, Mezzi gets off of it and gets back to it. Is there enough time here for Mezzi?
I think he's got it. I think this is going to be secured. Mezzi just able to find the winning recipe just at the perfect moment.
That is a huge round to pick up for Vitality, and it's done off of Deagles and USPs.
And a little bit of trickery inside the smoke. Going right past Nexa, who couldn't have the information for Stewie. But it started with this. This was the real danger point. And even though Nico kind of neutralizes it, G2 lost a lot. So Vitality get a sneaky one, steal it back, and Apex is shouting right back at you, Dallas.
He's not to one to cower away when against the crowd. And Nexa outside of this A bomb site. Molly fades away. Nexa takes a powerful position into A main. And the rest of G2 are soon to follow. Bar Stewie 2K on that lurk. Flames has to ready himself from heaven. Stewie is down. G2 now realize they must go for this A play. Flames, is he going to be anticipating multiple players around that corner? Zaiwu cannot stop them. G2 break through A, and a lovely but simple call from G2.
Flames is going to have a conversation with himself while he's dead. This is twice now that he's missed the timing, missed the angle, not been prepared for a peek. First it was Modesty in round 2. Now it's not expecting G2 to be there as the smoke fades and just gets obliterated for free. And if that's going to keep happening, if A becomes such a weakness for Vitality's defense, they've got to give it more love, and that's going to weaken elsewhere on the map. It's a big problem.
G2 begin to build T-rounds. 3 safe weapons isn't bad here for Vitality. They'll still have a competitive purchase into this next one, but there will be a few weaknesses here and there. Zaiwu doesn't have money to buy for himself. So you're going to look out across the board. He's going to need a drop, and he will get that AWP into his hands. It's still going to be a potent purchase for Vitality, but they need a timeout. They don't feel comfortable right now, and Xtaz isn't enjoying what he's seeing.
No, I mean, they haven't actually played a terrible game. I mean, the 2 rounds they've lost, or the 2 of the rounds they've lost have been Flames getting caught, and that's something that's kind of really difficult to take control of. That's going to have to be Flames individually switching back in and focusing up and getting a little bit of confidence moving forward. Here it's all about the positioning and the protocols with the AWP. Zaiwu, where do you want to start? Where do you want to go after your first shot? What can we do to set you up? And it might not be the worst idea in the world to park him over towards the A-bomb site.
You hear the crowd? Just speak. No. Fucking experience. Fucking experience. Alors les noobs!
Yeah, great to hear from Apex's perspective. But that AWP for Zaiwu. It's over towards this A-bomb site, trying to help out Flames, who has been struggling. Putting your biggest player over there to help him. But G2 so far avoiding that side of the map. They'll have Nexa passive holding the extremity while the pack of G2 move through middle together.
They found it wide open. And Zaiwu is there to bolster A with the AWP to try and get G2 to be a little bit more scared, a little... Oh, it's Flames again!
The Flames goes down, but this time, lying in wait is Zaiwu. The enigma they must try and figure out, and quickly to find it is Monacy. The Turing test is passed.
He's just getting abused at the moment, and Vitality, it's another round they can't go for. They have to save.
Oh, this is now getting very frustrating for this Vitality defense. Hand to the face of Apex again. The A site keeps falling. They make the adjustment. They get ZywOo on the op. They put their best player to defend this bomb site with Flames, and he still overextends. There's still a gap found, and Modesty's having a lot of fun.
That's one of the most aggressive teabags I've ever seen.
Yeah, right in ZywOo's face. And this is a G2 that are playing without the pressure of expectations coming into this event. And we talk about it all the time. We had it in Dallas last year. Mao's made it all the way to the final with a dead team. G2 are here without their in-game leader. They've got the hero, Stewie, the North American hero beside them. And there's just so much energy. It feels like destiny at the moment for G2. And yeah.
It's really letting him have it.
Give it to him.
All right, 3 saved weapons for Vitality, round 7. 3 M4s, not really filling up the utility belts. Mezzi has an AK at the B bomb site. Spinks has an M4 at the B bomb site. G2's gonna try and split this. This T side, they've kept it simple but effective.
Grenade blows open. Next, unfortunately, made it across without getting detected, but G2 have gone for the call. Nico charging in. Mezzi from the back of the platform is delivering a lot of impact. It's just Mezzi polishing his crown, and the king pulls him into his deadly embrace. It's yet another ace.
And you're not gonna see many sexier aces than that. What a round from Mezzi. Absolutely filthy each and every one of these shots. Stops them cold. His teammate goes down in dark. He's on his own. He's on an island and just tapping. 1 bullet for the last kill as well.
Yeah, that 1 bullet headshot from Mezzi. This is a guy that has got so much criticism, rumors about changes in Vitality, and Mezzi is putting in the work. 9 kills, 2 deaths, and a round for Vitality saved by Mezzi.
And that's a brilliant thing to have. An individual stepping up and giving you some kind of a play of that fashion to get you back in, but they still haven't found the solution.
Well, if you're G2 and that B bomb site didn't work for you, go back to thinking about middle and A. There's been a lot of success there. Flames hasn't figured it out yet.
Problem with that is Vitality's thinking the same thing. Vitality's kind of saying, G2's probably going to be checking that A bomb site again. They've got 3 players in middle. Activate for a little bit of aggression. Nico's brought low.
Good shot from
stick
ZywOo.
around.
Yeah, that's a big kill to find. Star on star. ZywOo outshines Nico in that initial fight. Stewie thinking about this gap at dark. There is an opening for Stewie to move through. Hunter tries to get past. Spinks in middle. But he'll stand strong. Flames aggression this time on the A play. Catches Nexus. Stewie's back to address it with the 2 players in the canal. He's flooded. He's out of there. And that's Vitality answering back and tying up this scoreline.
Good job. Once again, we're seeing ZywOo he's taking the opening engagement. Relentlessly aggressive in middle, taking those peaks, finding Nico. And that's what you want out of him. Influencing and dictating the map, the action on the map. A wonderful find, and then when Apex shifts over to the A bumps, they're like, hey, Flames, bro, you've had a rough game. Let's get active. Let's push forward. There's only 3 of them. We can wrap in behind him. Gets his boy a kill at the end of the day. All tied up at 4, and G2's out of money.
Just at AK-47 for Hunter. And Nico's looking down the line here. Chance to have a conversation for G2. A likely lull in the action. Monacy boost to draw the attention away for ZywOo. Then Hunter's going to come charging through the other side of the smoke, but it's a very common play, and Apex is completely ready for it. Hunter fortunate to get away from that fight.
These last 2 rounds, Vitality's just said, you're not getting mid. We're going to fight, we're going to peek, we're going to hold you back. You're going to have to battle us for every single inch. Apex, ZywOo, mow him down. Finally a trade, but there's nothing else coming.
Yeah, just next to now. He has the AK picked up, but he's taken way too much damage, so he won't be able to do much here. It's about to be a 5th round for Vitality. It was Twist who was saying earlier this week that he feels like CTs are figuring out a little bit more how to play the CT side of Anubis. He feels like they're getting more rounds, and Vitality at 5 at the moment, it's already a pretty good half for them, but there could be a lot more on the cards that they are able to keep this up.
Yeah, they can keep building this for sure. We always knew it was going to be a tough map for G2 in this veto process, especially based off what we saw to them earlier in the tournament against Vitality.
Oh.
Well, here we go, round 10.
It's a mid setup for G2 to try and commit more forces into the mid fight to try and deal with Apex. And this time it's m0NESY's sniper. Apex can't handle that pressure. And now ZywOo, his chance to strike over the top of the smoke, but Nexa intelligently not overstepping the mark. And now ZywOo has to worry about camera because they've lost middle and the timing. He now has to consider the fact he could be pushed from there.
Finally, a little bit negating that mid presence. Forcing the defense more passive. They're split at the moment 2-2. And G2's playing this one so patiently, looking for somebody to make a mistake and wander in towards their mid presence. Flames going passive at the A bomb site.
Vitality hungry for info, so they double up in dark. Look like they're about to peek into the canal. But they're ready to deal with any threat that might come through that from G2. There's 40 seconds left here. ZywOo is bringing his ult back over to B. They think it's going to be a B play, but will it? G2 setting up for this split. There's a double setup inside of dark, and Spinks, he closes Nico's eyes. That's the bomb going down. Mezzy lying in wait second, but that is one hell of a shot from m0NESY. ZywOo now looks to address the problem.
20 seconds.
And there is limited time for this attack in from the remaining forces of G2, but it's that fight again, and it's m0NESY to sink ZywOo. Flames comes back into the attack, bomb is down, no chance for Flames, and it's G2 back to an even scoreline again.
What can't this guy do, m0NESY? What situation does he struggle with? Trading his way through dark. Nico goes down, he gets the trade. He finds the opening kill at the start of the round. Stewie goes down next, he finds that trade. Clears out ZywOo. He does a little bit of everything in this round.
They have got a kid with clutch. And m0NESY pulls G2 out of another hole. And they're gonna go for the same opening move again. They're gonna attempt it once more. This time no one from Vitality is in position to fall to this maneuver, but it is going to allow information to be picked up for G2 that they've got mid control. They can move Stewie closer to the double doors, and that's exactly what he'll do. ZywOo position further back, and this time will annihilate Stewie. But m0NESY's back, and pound for pound, it is m0NESY versus ZywOo today. And m0NESY's coming out on top of these fights. He goes through middle. Nico's charging forward. A lot of space through camera now.
Oh, ZywOo's here though. He made the perfect rotation. Missed shot out in the open. Nowhere to go. He recovers. Nade comes in, takes him out. And now Flames. A chance for him to make up his mistakes at the start of the half. He holds on to A main.
Yeah, he steps up. He pushes forward. Nico wants to address him, but it's Mezzy. Now it's Storage looking to put m0NESY in a box, and he absolutely does it. Bomb is going down inside of that site, and Spinks is coming in from main this time. Detects one of Heaven. Good position to have locked in. They don't know about him. Spinks goes forward. That headshot is through, and Hunter once again offered up for a sacrifice. Spinks to drop him. Vitality answer back, and this game is so back and forth.
What a smart rotation from Spinks as well, though. I mean, to follow up with Flames on that, have the double flank from Dark, because he's got control of A main. He knows it was clear from a flash peek earlier. He basically gave Spinks all the information to be in the perfect position. Really well handled from Vitality's defense, and poor Hunter. That smoke clears, and he's like, oh, I have nowhere to stand, nowhere to go. Final round of the first half. And G2 scraping together what kind of a buy they can. 2 MAC-10s at Tech 9.
It's not a pretty one. But perhaps the mob mentality will be enough to burst through to a 6th round. They gather up together, congregating their forces outside of the A-bomb site. And this has been a weakness at times for Vitality, but Flame stepped up in the last. He's got to do it here again. M4 sets up, flash ineffective. ZywOo has to hit the shot and nails it alongside Apex. But G2 have already got through this bomb site.
However, G2's lost Stewie, which means that flank is so compromised. Hunter's got to stay dedicated to A main, so bomb will get planted, but it's going to be a very shoddy post-plant setup, especially against all the utility that Vitality can bring to bear.
Yeah, they've got time to get into better spots, though, with Vitality having to wait in that B rotation to come over. That spam through the smoke. m0NESY's getting caught. One bullet extra might have dropped him, but m0NESY's able to stand and fight, and that's so important for G2 here. And their chances of tying this half. m0NESY, 1-for-1 trade, but he is now down, and it's all on Hunter. He's at A main. There's so much time for Vitality to think about this and deal with the threat. 7-5. It is a lead for Vitality as they look to try and tie up this grand final.
B8. Let's go with the well.
In B.
You kill.
Up again.
I'm fucked. Nice will. One cave. Nice will. Cave Alf. Nice. That's cave. Cave Alf.
Okay.
Pillar.
Come guys, come with me.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Come Jake.
On the well flank, nice.
CT.
One more.
CT.
Nice.
CT.
25 seconds,
1-8.
guys.
Plenty of time.
Actually, he's leaving A. You need to help.
Yeah. I'm running to pop.
I cannot go out yet, Ilya.
Killer.
Killer with op.
Dark.
Coming.
Coming,
Nice.
temple close.
I plant.
Temple out. Temple going out. Temple. Out.
Left side.
On the left.
Nice!
Nice, Ilya.
Welcome back to the Intalk Stream Masters Dallas. This is the 100th IEM, and this is a grand final fit for the 100th Intalk Stream Masters title. This is delivering on all fronts, Jason, and that G2 Miracle story still up for grabs, but Vitality are giving them a show.
Yeah, they absolutely are. Doing a wonderful job, Vitality, of bouncing back from Inferno, but as we saw on that map, G2 ain't gonna quit. They ain't gonna stop coming. They get to switch over to the CT side now, play from the defensive front. And we saw some of the issues for them on CT side of this map previously. Let's see what they've been able to patch together.
Nico Senses some bullets, drops on back. It's a drop though into Dark and Hunter line away. It is the dual Berettas that are overrun and overwhelmed as Flames and Mezzi cut open to Vitality keep charging. This time Nico's quick rotation over towards the temple forces them to pray, but Nexa through camera. Important headshot on Spinks. This keeps it a fighting chance for G2's retake, but Vitality up a player.
It's going to be so hard. Even though Flames is low, he's in a really, really strong position. Apex can swing off of him as well, so they can work in tandem. Nexa's going to take the long route through CT spawn. Modesty going to start looking through Temple.
Modesty pushed down, taken out. Zyber with an important kill. Modesty's out of there. Nexa now left alone. And it doesn't look like he's going to find the steps forward because they know exactly where he is. And so that shot will bring his health down to 3. And Apex will finish off the job. So Vitality with 8 rounds. They win the pistol and are off to a flyer here. And this could become very comfortable for Vitality on Anubis. The last time they played, a really strong showing from Vitality. And the T-sides from Apex so far have been really good to watch.
Yeah, he's called a good game. And again, there's some composure back in this Vitality side as well. Tough half for G2. That's both the pistol rounds won by Vitality on this map. Now, G2 did win the second round of the last half. Let's see if they can do it again. Scout on Modesty, 5-7s, a Deagle on Nico. A conversion here for Vitality. They're going to be knocking on the door of a map 2 victory very quick.
Stacking the majority of their forces towards this B bomb site are G2, but Vitality are spread out. They're gathering info in middle. They've got Mezzi to deal with any sort of aggression.
That's the last smoke that G2 have just deployed. And once those fade, Vitality kind of has free access to the choke points.
But if they go into the B bomb site, this is still the best chance for G2 to stop this attack.
They're setting up for a pop flash play right now. Good dink from Stewie, but can't complete the kill, but that's information.
And it softens them up for Modesty's Scout. He now becomes one shot from death, so
and
he
the
can
5-7s.
use this like an AWP. And he's going to look out towards Dark. No push yet from the Dark player of Vitality. But Modesty's going to wait for the swing. Unable to connect the shot, and down through the smoke, it's Nico behind the fire, still checked, but still lands it. It's another important deagle shot from Nico, and he's locked up Spinks at jail. Nico's just hitting shots, but he needs absolutely everything now. And we've seen some historic moments in the deagle of Nico, but this will not be one of those. It is Vitality that survived the scare of the stack, and they're up to 9 rounds.
Yeah, but man, you could feel that building. You could feel one more of those deagle shots landing, and then who knows what happens. Good job from Vitality, though, plugging the holes as players go down, averting too much disaster. That's a beautiful shot from Modesty. But Mezzi again coming out of Dark, having big impact. 2 incredible maps from Mezzi now. He had that ace in the first half. He's up to 15-4.
And what an ace that was. One of the best I've seen in a very long time from Mezzi. 1 mag, 5 kills, last bullet headshot. Now that is cultural impact. Vitality searching for double figures. Shouldn't be too hard to find. It's going to be a mid-fight setup for G2 off the back of the flash. They'll send those pistols in. But they aren't hearing any contact in middle, so might not want to waste that kind of maneuver. Instead, they're going to drop back and stack out this A site and hope that Vitality decide to finish that. And it is looking like they are going to get that opportunity.
Well, flashbang is everything. When do they pull the trigger on it? Gonna get close up. Here we go. Leading the way, flashbang, Apex turns. Nobody's blind, and it's a mowdown. The idea was there, a good timing found by G2, but not enough strength behind the play. It's 10-5. Vitality 3 rounds away from taking us to Nuke. And a commanding lead here on Anubis.
It doesn't have the same back and forth nature of that Inferno matchup.
This round's gonna dictate a lot for G2, whether they can keep fighting or whether it's kind of gonna be like hang on by the skin of your teeth. Modesty's got his up out as soon as possible.
Nuke is up next in this series, currently looking like we're gonna need it. All 3 in the grand final here in Dallas. if G2 are unable to claw their way back into this game. Flames, Mezzi, and Spinks. The rifle trio charging towards this B-bomb site. I say charge, but now they will. Flames is going through that smoke, cuts open Hunter. Fire at the back of the site, and the master of Flames, he eviscerates them at the back of the bomb site, and that is now the plant coming in for Apex, and the round done. G2 cannot stop him, and Vitality are up to 11.
Yeah, no resistance at all from that defense. Locked out behind smokes, Hunter isolated over in dark, and that might just be a game plan of Vitality saying, Stewie's the stand-in plan at the B bomb site. Let's test that. Let's see if he's got the protocols down. Let's see if they figured out, if they've learned it, if they're going to have the tools that they need to stop us from hitting the site, and early return is absolutely not. Not even close. Flames just gets to run a nice, easy route, wrapping the site, and nobody could do anything about it.
That'll start to make G2 feel pretty deflated here on Anubis. This is Vitality's playground. And they're taking the ball home. G2 purchase again. They have some safe weapons, so they can scrap together purchase with the AWP involved.
Timeout used.
That's the first one.
Yep, timeout by G2. Talk things over. This buy is everything around that AWP that was saved, around the M4 that was saved. They can scrape together whatever they can. It has to be a stop here. The entire map depends on it. Apex very vocal, marshaling the team, giving his thoughts over, letting him know what he wants out of them in this round. m0NESY was positioned at the A bomb site with the AWP. Had no attention, nothing sent his way.
And m0NESY had so many opening fights, one on Inferno. You'd love to try and get him involved to crack open a few of these rounds for G2. Let's see if this AWP makes a difference in this round for G2.
He's going to be paired up in middle with Nico, so he wants to be a little peeky with this AWP, see what he can find. Default spread for Vitality. Stewie's shifted over towards the A bomb site. G2 expect to play an A in middle.
Nico's dropped down to 40 health. It's not the start G2 would have hoped for it. I mean, their star rifle are low already. Vitality stay in control. Smoke fades away at A main.
Fades away in middle as well. Nico and m0NESY look like they're lined up for a peek. Nico to swing off contact, that's not coming at some point. Are they ever going to peek and see if there's anything coming to them in middle? It's Stewie and Nexa who look like they need to be the initial hold for G2.
Oh, no secret now. Vitality have presence outside of the A site. Mezzi goes through first. Stewie on the effective trade here for G2. It stalls him out for the time being, but Vitality still have time. m0NESY burning in the fire, needs to get out of there and decides to run backwards. 43 seconds. Vitality stay fixated upon this A bomb site, and the utility rains on in. The execute lands, and they look to try and execute. Stewie at the back of the bomb site, flashes up, still well blinded. Stewie steps up with one. Traded out, so it's m0NESY's turn, and from breaks, he constructs around once again for G2 because Nico's coming around the backside. He's coming in on the flank.
Yeah, he dropped down into canals. He's got a very fast pace on this. Zyru's going to get the bomb down, but not ready.
He's not ready.
And m0NESY goes down next. It's Flames.
And the match has been struck. The spark to ignite the flames as he peeks towards Fountain. Nico down to 6 health. Now Flames brings down Hunter, and now just Nico, the Inferno of Flames. 12 rounds for Vitality, and they are looking down the barrel of map 3.
Good for Flames. He had such a tough time at this bomb site on the CT side. He got abused and bullied by G2, and now he got to flex a little bit. A big time clutch puts Vitality on map point, and they've got 7 of them. This has been complete deconstruction of G2 on Anubis.
Flames has had a great T side here. He had that triple entry on the B bomb site. Now he's had this huge clutch.
Hey Dallas, you've gone quiet. It's not all bad news. We get one more map of Counter-Strike.
Stewie at least treading that initial fight. And it is actually G2 coming out on top of all of these engagements. Apex pushes through middle, catches Nexa. No one is around to trade him. Minute 30 seconds, and we've got a 3v2. Spinks is coming through this B site. Hunter positioned at dark, hiding around that corner. As the chance of the optimistic overtime ring out, it doesn't look likely.
Problem is, I mean, Spinks doesn't know, obviously, but with Hunter taking such a passive angle, he actually doesn't realize that Spinks has already crawled in. So Spinks has so much space to work with. Oh,
No.
good find. Apex tries to run the route. Smoke doesn't give him enough cover, and now Spinks has to actually play.
And it's tough. You got two players inside of dark right now, and there's no Alexi B to force them to peek him. So Smoke goes on to the site. Spinks.
Yeah, you think Hunter learned his lesson?
Yeah, he definitely learned that lesson. Well, Spinks actually gets away with a bomb plant here, so now they have to come to him. They have to come into Spinks. And if this smoke creates an opportunity for Spinks to stay behind temporary cover, there could be a world in which Spinks gets a couple of fights going his way, and from then on in, who knows? m0NESY goes down first, and Spinks will get that peek from Hunter, but he'll win it. That's G2 staying alive. They won't go down yet.
Survive for now. 6 rounds on the board. Gonna pick up what weapons they can. A couple of AK-47s. Nice trade at the end of the day for Hunter, who's had a, after his blistering Inferno, a little bit of a tough time here on Anubis. 4 kills, but that one secures a 6th round.
Still a very good chance now for Vitality to close. He's still got a good buy. AK's out again. But if they can see this one, G2 will be able to build a little bit of something here on the CT side.
G2 bringing bodies to middle.
Nice
Nico and Hunter
again.
gonna push up. The Cousins getting aggressive, 1-for-1 trade. Hunter's brought solo.
Oh, he needs to get out of that. And he does on 1 health. He gets back to safety. That's a huge move. Very lucky to come out of that with just 1 casualty, G2.
Yeah, you could say it's a really courageous move, but also, I mean, when you're down 6-12, you're going to throw a little bit of crazy in there to see if you can spark something. Catch Vitality off guard, who are just thinking in their heads, we got plenty of rounds to play with. Maybe you catch them asleep at the wheel.
And that's been the last 2 rounds for G2, some of those aggressive maneuvers. But it's the gathering of the forces outside of the B bomb site here for Vitality. G2 do not have that information, and it is Stewie 2K alone inside of this B site. He is about to be split on 2 sides. He's found a corner to hide in, but the molly will spread, and Stewie cannot stand for the fight. He is taken out as Vitality now put themselves in pole position to close out this second map and force us into nuke. Zaiwu covers off m0NESY, but he can't win the duel. And just like that, we're back to G2 having the favor in this round.
Oh, Apex has got to scramble a little bit. Bomb is dropped inside the site on top of the Molotov. He's picked it up now, but he gets drilled.
And now Spinks is locked in a 1v3. 2 players extremely low. This could be a clutch that Mr. Spinks can win. And he goes into the temples.
It's all about finding Hunter. That's the escape route. 1 HP, but it isn't up holding the line if he can find this frag.
18 seconds. He has to go back. This time into Nexa, and he's not going to overstep the mark. So Spinks realizes there's no way to go now. You can't get past these G2 players waiting.
Yeah, but I'm kind of surprised he's saving this and not going for it, to be honest with you.
He would have went for it. He was in a position to do so.
If they kill him after time, I think Nexa looks like he wants to go for it. Flashing it from m0NESY. This is perfect. Oh, good win from Spinks. Good turn back. He holds on to the AK. That might be all that Vitality have to fight with in this round.
Vitality can go to some upgraded pistols. Such a sick fight for m0NESY to win. It looked like Zaiwu had that one locked in all day long, and that grenade lands in the backpack of Apex.
Yeah, a couple nice things for G2 down the stretch there. That kill on Zaiwu is a little uncharacteristic of him. And Vitality seemed firmly in control after the kill on Stewie, but bailed out.
Okay, so 2 AK-47s here for Vitality. 1 in the hands of Zaiwu, 1 in the hands of Spinks. 2 on Glocks, 1 Deagle for Apex.
And they did obliterate a B exec earlier. Just ran right through all their own utility, and G2 couldn't hold it back. However, the difference being now m0NESY's here with an AWP. And now they don't have all the smokes and Molotovs they would have liked.
Certainly a deadly change-up to have m0NESY sniper positioned at the entrance, and Stewie 2K lines up 2. He gets a little hungry, and he's punished for his greed. It's Zaiwu that gets no-scoped through that CT smoke from m0NESY. That is a ridiculous shot. Apex begins to wrap around with the bomb on his back. But they know that gap has opened up. Nico goes to address it, but Apex, okay. The Frenchman's got a shot in him, and now he's got a potential round win on his hands. He's only got 16 health, but a dream with this Deagle.
And if you're Apex, I think you want to get back aggressive towards the AWP. However, m0NESY switched out to an AK, so...
He's got a good angle, but m0NESY, he knows all the tricks of the trade, but he peeks with his knife out and he still gets away with that headshot. If you're Apex, you just have to accept the fact that m0NESY is quick with his hands.
Stewie with the hold after the AWP shot from m0NESY.
This is the no-scope. What is that, man? What is that? Stewie's like, yep, I like playing with this guy.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? Take his and a teammate all day long. But such is the hole that G2 is currently digging themselves out of that they have 4 more rounds they need. 8 to 12.
4 more rounds for another overtime. At this point, Jason, why not? It's been one hell of a story already. We might as well make it cinema. And the familiar chant rings out.
Well, they've gotten control of A main. Nexus backed off into the site.
Grenade lands right on ZywOo. Defended by his teammate Spam from afar, and so Hunter is forced back, and ZywOo is allowed to play the remainder of this round. One minute left.
They're coming back to B, and this time they've got way more utility, way more firepower. So much attention has been drawn by ZywOo towards Dark as he backs off and lurks.
But m0NESY is here again. And he is so good at landing this first shot, but the flash lands in his face. It's Stewie with one. Hunter swings out, even trading and a missed shot again from m0NESY. He gets back, he's still alive, and he stands in the fire. He goes into that battle, and Spinks predicts the movement. Vitality now 2 kills away from sending this grand final all the way to nuke.
This retake's doable, though. There's no utility left on Vitality. Just one more flashbang and a couple low HP players. That can be easy cleanup for Nico.
Utility coming in towards B main. Now eyes on the prize for Apex. He knows these 2 remaining G2 players are about to show themselves soon. Doubled up at the pillar. It's a bait and switch setup. Apex goes down. Nico gets a double kill, and this comeback is still on. It's ZywOo to end their dreams, and he's not too far off, but that defuse, oh no, all the way. It's Nico that keeps this going.
That is some ridiculous plot armor for Nico, who just refuses to die in the round. ZywOo's bullets all just barely miss, tracing around him.
I told you, Jason, why not? This comeback, it's on now. If Nico gets this double, I cannot believe he gets away with a kill in Apex. And then through the smoke to close. Oh, no, no, no for ZywOo.
Second timeout used by Vitality. Second chance for them to talk things over. Pressure mounting. Still 3 rounds to play with, 3 rounds to close this. But again, at the very least, even if they lose, G2 sending that message again that we are not going to give up in a single map in this series. Vitality had them knocked out on their feet, 12-5.
They can't be taken out, it would seem. They can't be knocked down. G2 still in the fight on Anubis. Vitality with some weaknesses in their buy. They have a Galil for Apex, a Mac 10 for Flames. But they only need one round to extend play in this final. The next will be scrutinized on the A-bomb site.
They're in front of his molly. They can actually press the issue, but they slow it down. They knew they were disjointed all of a sudden. Nico's here. m0NESY starting to slide towards middle.
Nico to try and step up for G2 again. Flames charging in with that Mac 10. He's got a lot of space, and Nico handles that threat. Second shot, this time from Odyssey. G2 are a brick wall inside of this site, and Vitality can't get through it. Nexa! Oh, the 3K lineup, double figures for G2. And why not overtime? We will never forget this night in Texas.
They're starting to game on this CT side, starting to play some big boy Counter-Strike. Nico just hustling while blind into cover, recovering. The supportive shot from Odyssey, and Nexa's like, I'm going through, I'm making the play.
What a time to have a tech issue. What a time to have a tech issue right now. G2 do not want it. They want this momentum to keep carrying them forward. And Nexa, man, he's had some miraculous moments at this event. And it's another one.
That was a dangerous hit. Vitality almost overwhelms them. And a little lull in the action with some audio issues. So nobody can talk on the teams. Everyone just gets to sit and catch their breath.
And this might even favor Vitality a little bit, Jason. There's different ways of looking at it, but you are kind of putting a pause to this string of rounds that G2 have put together and giving some time for Apex to compose themselves, for the Vitality side to compose themselves heading into this. 2 more chances to close this map out for Vitality.
And that's got to be on their minds as well. Just the amount of rounds that have gone away from them that they've slipped up in. 5 straight for G2 to put themselves here.
And the power of one man's wrist to erupt the entire arena. Just think what Stewie was mere months ago, playing from home, wanting to return to competitive play. He had some time in Legacy. Didn't go so well for Stewie. Didn't work out that.
But I mean, this is another situation where they get, even Nexo has said in an interview he's going to find his place.
Just press, what's a mid?
Big.
Guys,
They're hitting it.
Two Nexa. Heaven.
I flash to the smoke, Nexa! Flash it to the smoke! Boom!
I came mid.
Nice, Nexa! Come on! Let's go!
It sounds so much calmer in their comms than I would have expected, but a good flashbang, and Nexa knows what to do with it. He takes advantage. Good comms from G2 as they get back in, and that's exactly what they're fixing now, so that can continue moving forward.
And a great detail, being able to listen into the comms, is the fact that we could just about hear a bit of the crowd leaking into those microphones. So you're going to feel that energy when you're getting these plays. You know the arena is erupting for you if you're G2. And they're just hoping this tech pause does not last any longer. Got the best refs in the business, though, to get that job fixed.
You're right, it is always a topic of conversation. Is this an area where it stops the momentum of G2 and freezes them out a little bit, and now they have to come out of a long tech pause to pick it back up? Or for Vitality, are you sitting there stressing, frustrated?
Unable to chat. But it's the experience of Apex that helps you feel like it would be the opposite, that it can be felt as a positive.
I mean, there's no inexperience in this server. Everyone should be able to handle this in their own way. They know what it's like to be on the stage and have something like this happen. Oh, Dallas. We missed you guys. I'll tell you what, we've got a long calendar of Counter-Strike events throughout the year, but everyone we talk to, from casters to players to production staff to event staff.
To players, absolutely.
You guys have made Dallas very special for all of us over the years. We love coming back here. On your feet, Dallas. We're back live, 12 to 10.
And look at this buy for Vitality. It's got a lot of holes in it. This could be a nice way for G2 to settle back in again. The fight for overtime begins. We've had a lot of one-sided finals in CS2, but we are being treated in Texas.
Inferno was a comeback from 8 to 11 for G2 and eventually to take it to overtime. 5 to 12 is the task at hand, and they are almost there.
It is going to be an A play for Vitality. At least eyes are set on that prize for the time being. And next up lies away at the back of the cake. He's got Nico to quick rotate from camera. Vitality will attempt to split this with 2 prongs coming through middle.
I think they want to take advantage. They saw how fast m0NESY rotated over during the last execute. They want to pounce on him in middle. They want to catch him in transition if they possibly can. But the hit is stalled out by a defensive smoke.
Yeah, m0NESY moves into a powerful spot here. It's not one you can fall back from, but m0NESY's very quick. And relocating his crosshair, he might even be able to double up. And now they come towards him, the unscope and the drop back. m0NESY gets out of it alive. It's Flames that hits the tank. 30 seconds for Vitality, and they aren't breaking through A, so they're calling for a B play instead. They're going back.
Careful, G2. G2's leaving the bomb site. Stewie saying, no, I ain't leaving yet. Good kill in middle. Hunter's between 2 mines. This is all on Stewie and Hunter here at the B site. First kill, second kill. They hold them back. And Stewie's gonna push on forward. It's 11 now for G2.
That is a huge hold in that B bomb site. When you've got one man alone in the site itself, you want Stewie to hold it. m0NESY gets his scope back out in time, but Stewie holding down the mouse one for a double kill as they encroach upon his position and the chance of overtime begin. Will Vitality deny us the bonus rounds, or will we go again?
Okay, so back to middle for Vitality. They want to take it with force this time. 3 players. But Nico and m0NESY to defend. 21 kills on m0NESY, 19 on Nico.
m0NESY dodges the first flashbang, gets that second kill, and we are now looking at G2 taking us to overtime if they can hold on. But ZywOo and Spinks are not done yet. Vitality cannot be denied. They've always got a shot in these rounds.
G2's getting a little bit antsy. Well, a lot of movement after those first 2 kills. Everyone from G2 hyped up to make the next play, and it's been punished. Spinks is low, ZywOo's about half HP. But now you've lost track of them on the map. Timings are disrupted as you try and piece this together. Passive everywhere because you don't know what's coming.
And it's one of the Counter-Strike gods at Heaven. It has been divinity from G2 in Dallas this year. And Nico looks to deliver multiple kills out of this world. Nico drags us through, but ZywOo will stop him. And ZywOo into the clutch. A deity in his own right in the middle of the site. You know, flash out Stewie, good composure, not to overextend and give ZywOo that 1v1 duel. It's all about the flank. Hunter around the back. We have got overtime, ladies and gentlemen. We are being treated, Dallas. Another game for the ages.
And I hope it's given you a sense of deja vu because they brought it all the way back.
G2 do not give up. This team do not die. Vitality failed to put them away despite a scoreline of 12-5.
And what do you do now if you're Vitality?
You start to think, can you do it? Is it possible to take out G2 in Dallas? Is it possible to stop them in this competition? Because this team are protected by a thick set of plot armor and backed by this wonderful crowd.
3rd overtime of these grand finals. First one here on Anubis. Inferno had 2 in a G2 victory. They have battled so hard to give them the chance to lift that trophy in just 2 maps of play. And Vitality's gonna have to dig deep into that playbook to find a solution, because they looked at 7 different options and all of them failed.
Grenade to land upon Mezzi and Zaiwu. Some health chipped off the top. We spoke about the fantastic T-sides from Apex, what fell apart in regulation. He's got to fix it. And Zaiwu comes through dark. Plays through that smoke. The setup designed to deal with the threat of Zaiwu.
Wait, they have no idea Zaiwu's in here so convincingly. He's surely got
deeper outside.
Okay, they back away. If they push in, it's surely a free kill. Stewie might still be dead to him at any moment.
Stewie's going to run in. Stewie has no idea. And Zaiwu's initial play to get through that smoke into dark has worked out perfectly here for Vitality. They have the first kill, but will it be enough to force them forward to 13 rounds? Hunter cleaned off the back of the platform, and Zaiwu showing up. It's inevitable he'll have his moments. And Vitality were searching for 13 for a long time, but as soon as overtime kicks off, they get that 13th round.
Yeah, just like that. That is exactly after you really, really needed it. But good on Zaiwu once again, as we've said a number of times, showing up in the semifinals yesterday, the finals today, and saying, I am going to have influence on this map. When Vitality needed a round to start this overtime, he's delivered them 3 kills to clear out the B bomb site. Dex is chilling, going for things, but there ain't no chance. The run has stopped cold. Finally, the momentum is slowed down. Yeah, but why not do both?
Using their overtime timeout wisely. The huge streak of round wins for G2 has now been broken. And this game is back on as Vitality begin to challenge their way for map 3 again. m0NESY positions himself at Fountain with the AWP towards A. No one from Vitality there to meet him. At least not for now. But that flash will set Mezzi up. And a clear, close main. Vitality go through the motions.
Stewie's picked up an AWP as well for a double up setup towards the B bomb site.
Now, we have seen Stewie wield that up in overtime situations before. We know he is very capable on the secondary AWP, even in these high pressure scenarios. 1 minute left in the round. Vitality setting up a B split. They're going to challenge into the Stewie op, and Stewie lies in wait, but he's caught. He can't fall back. It's Mezzi to rip him open. Vitality have the player advantage.
And remember, B was a weakness early on in the CT side for G2, but not this time.
Nico's come here to plug that gap. Zaiwu dead. The rifle will take him out of play. He'll go in again. This time it's Mezzi from dark to fight out Nico and win that rifle duel. Hunter to avenge his fallen teammate, and he isn't going to work out for a second, but he's certainly going to keep these numbers even.
It's a doable retake, especially with this fake tap. They thought there would be maybe one more coming through. Molotov back to the pillar. Bomb's going to be planted now. Spink's under a little bit of trouble, and now it's tough for them to find a way to get away into safety. They're going to have to battle.
Oh, it's Flames, and he falls to m0NESY. Scoreline tied up yet again.
So worried about the fast retake, they got frozen in the open. Exactly where G2 wanted them primed and ready. I think Stewie gets a little distracted by the first player. He saw the shoulder and wanted to go a little bit deeper. But it's all good. He's got Nexa and m0NESY in the clutch to back him up. Okay. All right, here we go, baby. Getting frisky with it. However, resources not at the B bomb site, which is now poised to be under attack.
Stewie has to defend this. He has to slow them down at least, but he oversteps. He jumps up into the open. Vitality rip him apart, and now they're into the site. They're charging in together, and Modesty Sniper connects on the ZywOo. Big shot from Flames. This opens up the site for Vitality, and they are steamrolling their way to 14 rounds here.
Yeah, this one's out of control now. Oh man, Vitality, you have to imagine coming in overtime was just like, we're just gonna hit this B bomb site time and time again. Maybe they stop us once, but not twice. Definitely not 3 times. Nico with the flank, but that smoke is gonna stall him out.
Yeah, smoke does cause a couple of problems. He did see Mezzi go across into the right side. You can at least confirm that to Nexa to look that spot, but Nexa is gonna deal with multiple targets. Nico's still taking fights and taking names through these smokes, but time is starting to tick, and Mezzi decides to deal with him. A much better T-side performance in overtime than they were able to put up in regulation, and Vitality will lead the way out of the first half.
Yeah, great fortitude from Vitality to reset just as overtime began. They'd lost 7 in a row to stumble into overtime. Calm right back down and deliver 2 out of 3 rounds. So G2 now switching over to their T-side. They only had 5 rounds, G2, on their T side.
They've been here before, even on Inferno. It looked like Vitality was going to edge it out in overtime 1, and G2 were able to come back, force it into double OT. And from then on, they were able to close it out. They hope for a similar story here. Honestly, he should be careful that flashbang doesn't connect onto him, and he dodges the flash. Good positioning, and he still gets away with his life.
Just barely 4 HP, but he gets to keep the op and sit back and be more supportive. However, on the T side in regulation, we saw him so many times be an important factor in terms of trading kills, providing openings, providing entries. That's not an option for him any longer with his health. Nexa gets wrecked. Stewie's next up.
Yeah, Stewie not able to get away with his life. Vitality staying ahead, but Nico, he's had a lot of smoke kills over the last few rounds. Learned a thing or two from the smoke criminal. Flames looks to deny that plan, but he can't stop it. G2 put the bomb down. Hunter follows though, and Apex straight through that smoke deals with the threat of Nico. The defuse will come in, Vitality up to map point, and once again, we are staring at a 3-map grand final.
And it feels like they've regained control. It feels like they've regained their composure. They had 7 chances to close out this map in regulation. Now they have 2 more, but this Vitality looks like they've kind of had their stumble. And they've recovered, and now they should be able to close this out. Surely there's not one more comeback from G2. They would need 2 in a row. All AK-47s.
Aggressive play from ZywOo. Flames with him. They're gonna peek into Nexa, and Nexa can't handle the heat. Flames to line up a second. Good second headshot, and they haven't seen ZywOo. They haven't detected him, so ZywOo's next up. Vitality are now locking in map 3. It was one hell of a comeback from G2. But unless Stewie can have one of the most ridiculous moments in Counter-Strike history, we're heading to Nuke, and Vitality find their composure. The experience shines through, and they bring this grand final to 3 maps.
What do they have in store for us here? First 2 maps went to overtime in both of them. Nuke can be just as much of a brawl.
First fight looks to be towards Hut. Molly goes in. Smoke out towards main. It is going to be this attack for G2 into the upper bomb site. And Vitality, they've got a setup designed to deal with it. Zywo at the back of the site. Apex dishing out Desh, but it's only one kill for Vitality. Everybody else fails to step up. And G2 come crashing through this upper bomb site.
Still winnable for Vitality. Spink's going to look out. He's going to start going a little bit early. G2's not aware of this just yet. Haven't spotted him. That's the shot they needed.
Oh!
But Hunter, triple kill in the pistol.
That is some snappy headshots from Hunter out to that second kill on the rafters.
And he was absent. He was struggling on Anubis on map number 2, but map 1, Hunter's performance was incredible. If they get him here on Nuke, the game changes.
It does feel like G2 need the recipe of Hunter, Nico, and m0NESY all to deliver like they did on Inferno if there's any dream of lifting that shield at the front of the stage later today.
Hunter plays a little bit more of those lurky kind of roles as Stewie takes more entry duties, right? And in that position on Nuke, you can be so impactful and so effective. If they get him switched on in those situations in this game, Vitality's gonna have a tough time handling it. Second round bye. Scout on Apex. A pair of MP9s.
What's going to be very exciting as this game goes on is that Zywo-Nico fight outside. Stewie was missing a lot of outside smokes earlier in the competition. I'm assuming he's going to have perfected those by now. But, you know, Nico was just so incredible outside for this G2 squad, and he's got to go up against the very best.
Both teams have very strong defenses on the outside portion of the map.
Look at this play from G2, though. They found their way through to this upper site with ease. m0NESY detects the first. Zywo's Deagle chimes in, and Vitality somehow have an extra player, but that's shortly lived because Nexa gets involved in a couple of kills towards main. m0NESY will assist him in doing so, and now with 55 seconds left, Apex from heaven. Hunter now considers that possibility. He'll stop Apex, a gap in the smoke, but it's still covered off by G2.
Costly, but they're cool with it. 2-0 start. And this one should be a little bit easier. Zywo's picked up a Deagle. But it's not a whole lot behind a couple upgraded pistols.
It's about to be the idyllic 3-0 beginning for G2.
Well, don't jinx it, Dinko.
Believe in the power of the squad right now, Jason. m0NESY's pushed forward with that Deagle. Nex is in a strong position to deal with any aggressive maneuvers towards him. And as he's doing so, G2 are sending a couple of players down secret. m0NESY considers the push play, and Apex is taken out. They don't even have to commit down lower, anticipating maybe the early control that they've got outside would have rotated Vitality players heavy, and they would be right in assuming so. So G2 are going elsewhere. And oh, Nexa not going to check for m0NESY. That's one upgrade now available. It is only a Mac 10 for m0NESY.
Yeah, that's what happens when you don't check all the details. And here comes a little bit of a secret push. Now, the really worrying thing here, if there's going to be something worrying pop up and creep up, is that m0NESY has the bomb in garage and a little bit isolated. If they're able to kind of cut him off from his team in reinforcements, that could be a weird situation to handle. G2's being patient though, and the play is made before the trap is sprung.
.30 seconds, that's all that's left here for G2. They could walk into some chaos. As he's Deagle will go down, Zywo climbing heaven, Hunter has it covered. And Spink's now locked outside. G2 will put that bomb down, will confirm themselves a 3-0 start on the T side of Nuke.
Yeah, really well managed from G2. Good pause in the middle of the round. Heads up from Stewie watching for that push. And Spinks might just try and grab a rifle on the exit. That's the only play he's got, and it's not even a thought in m0NESY's head to let it happen. 3-0.
Interested to see what the first call from Nico is going to be. With his first T-side gun round up against the full buy of Vitality is going to look like. next to the blow, squeaky Monacy. Oh, good grenade lands right at the feet of Spinks, and he nearly goes down because they tapped a bullet that way too. That could have been a big opener. All right, Stewie.
He can do it.
We believe in him.
Believe.
The first test of the outside smoke here in the grand final. Oh.
Ooh. We don't like that.
But he still has it. No,
we don't
no.
like that.
And
there
eventually, will it land?
Third time's the charm. And he's got it.
Good. North Americans can throw nades. Now under a minute left. Nico goes through that smoke. Caught looking the wrong way. Apex easily collects that. He knows Nico's going to be up to his old tricks, but Hunter will avenge his cousin. And he wants a little bit more from that as well.
Oh, did he spot that?
Oh, Zai was very quick. Now he spotted it. Hunter with that tap. It's Zaiwu dead. And we're getting the Hunter from Inferno. Monacy falls at the door, and he's not the only thing that falls. That bomb dropping right in front of the eyes of Spinks.
Oh, Hunter's wrapping around, though. Hunter's going to come up towards heaven. This timing on it, and this is everything. Flames is coming up the ladder just now. Oh, offered up to Hunter. One more in Raptors.
Mezzi off the top. Oh my God, he's got it back. Mezzi flips this back. Another heroic moment from Mezzi.
Oh, that's so deflating for G2. That round is so well constructed. Hunter does everything right, but Mezzi is just a force. And just like the ace on Anubis, it comes at a critical moment where G2 can build such a lead. First time out from Vitality. They didn't like how that played out at all, even with the victory. Money's a little bit busted.
That has got to be a massively deflating round for G2. Hunter looked like he had done so much outside, climbing up heaven, getting that kill on Flames, and somehow Mezzi has a little bit more in him.
Two of the best teams in the world that we have on the stage, both of them with slow, disappointing starts to 2024. Both of them trophyless this year.
After winning so many last year.
IEM Cologne last year for G2 was the last one. One of these two teams is going to be lifting their first trophy of the year.
Understandable for Hunter. A frustrating round indeed. Stewie's back to it. Make sure he doesn't lose that smoke underneath the car. He's given a lot of responsibility here to Stewie to throw all the smokes. He's got 3 of them beside him. And he's proven to us he can do it. First is out. That jump throw a little better now. And you know, it always makes me a little nervous, Jason, but he's going through the motions.
He's so focused.
Tuck yourself in there. And we'll play along with Stewie. These smokes all land at different times. They all fade away at different times because Stewie is taking a long time to throw these smokes out.
I've never seen him this focused.
Oh, he's going to re-smoke again. He's got all the smokes. This is a Hey Future Pros moment. The wall constructed again. And the crowd love it.
It's all a fake, though. This is going to be a hit at the upper bomb site, and Vitality does not seem fooled. Spinks and Mezzi are here. Apex is down low. Zaiwu's outside. First kill goes against Stewie, and Mezzi once again holds them at bay.
Spinks off the top height, off the top rope, sinks 3, and Spinks is still alive. He can get even more, but overextends his head, but he's got Zaiwu, the best teammate you could ask for, nipping in behind to protect Spinks on the top height, and Vitality do not bite on that outside fake.
Yo, but real talk for a moment. Stewie's throwing the smokes and hustling over to be the entry player, first one out hot as well. He has got a big job to do on that tactic. It's 3-2. Again, Mezzi providing impact at this upper bomb site, even though it's only 1-for-1. Buys Spinks some time to get comfortable. The flashbangs to fade away, and he's got some easy kills.
G2 are forced down to play with nothing.
You know, it's the other side of the conversation. G2 with the stand-in, yeah, it takes away the expectations and some of the pressure on your shoulders entering the tournament.
Okay, Monacy attempts a stylish moment.
But once you get here to the grand finals, win a map in the grand finals, and it feels so close, that pressure comes back. That expectation, even with the stand-in, comes back.
Suddenly it all becomes real. A victory on Nuke and they find themselves champions in Dallas. They'll have money back here for G2. Flames stays on the MP9. He's yet to get a kill here, Flames. Would love to get off that goose egg now. The rest of his teammates have just been killing everybody. Next to blow open that door again. Zaiwu dodges out the initial utility, but it's a ramp aggression from Flames. Charging full with Messi. What a sick call from Vitality. It catches G2 off guard. And that's m0NESY and Nexa both gone instantly.
That's so disruptive, especially after you just saved in a round.
And he's sticking around.
Yeah, he is. The smoke is still up. Why not? Stewie's looking the wrong way. Trades there for Nico, but they've lost way too much. Vitality has started to really love mixing in a lot of this hyper aggression on the CT side. That's a well-executed lobby crunch. And so quickly, Hunter's the only one remaining, but he's switched on. He's got the bomb in 1 minute.
The time certainly helps. The fact he has the bomb on his back will assist him. But Spinks has that cross, and there's no getting past that clothesline.
Spinks and Mezzi have delivered 2 big rounds at the upper bomb site to give Vitality this lead. And now you mix in a little bit of craziness, and G2's not going to know what to expect from your defensive side. We saw some frustration on Nico's face a couple rounds back. This round he gets spammed down through smoke, completely blind. That's frustration he'll have to manage to try and lead this team to a map 3 victory.
Squeaky Flash getting set up for Stewie. It's about to be an upper bust from G2, and at the front of the attack is Stewie 2K. The spearhead is gone. m0NESY's Molly burns away Hunter, and G2's attack has stalled out. Molly spreads down off the hut, and it's just too chaotic for G2. They can't handle it. That's Vitality with 5 rounds now. They dispatch of those pistols.
Let's see what Vitality decide to do here. They actually, I mean, if they wanted to, we know they have options available to them. Timeout's going to be called by G2. Zaiwu can pick up an AWP if they want to have some kind of a change-up. They haven't shown it yet. G2 hasn't had to face it. They go against that idea for now. It's G2 who need to find a way to make this defense move and shift across the map. These upper executes are going to be tough to trade out of now that Vitality have all the utility and all the weapons. A 2-round lead as the pressure mounts.
And this in-game leader battle is going to get more difficult as it goes on for Nico to combat against the calls of Apex. He was disruptive in the previous round for Vitality CT side. Nico heads outside. Zaiwu is here to try and match the force of G2 heading towards his position. m0NESY in the meantime is taking Nexa out of the round, so G2 feel like they have to accelerate, and what a shot from Stewie. Right through the eyes of Zaiwu. Nico tapping away. Further 2 kills for G2 off the back of Nico. m0NESY descends down the vent. He's trying to arrive there in time.
And m0NESY has ruined everything a number of times.
And he's got Flames with him this time too. He's not alone. He's not alone. Flames peeks up and sweeps 2 away. G2 lose Nico and m0NESY, and it's Hunter. Hunter with a minute left again.
I don't know if, did they see the second player? Did they see m0NESY down there as well? I don't think Hunter realizes it now. He's got to go.
Oh, they're going to double up together. This is going to be difficult, but overstepping the mark is Flames. m0NESY doesn't want to give away the fact that he's in this position, but Hunter is extremely aware of that. He does not want to fight towards m0NESY, and m0NESY is going to take a few steps back.
m0NESY is being kept honest by the fact that Hunter can just has the bomb now, and he can actually go back to the upper bomb site, so he shifts a little bit closer over towards vents. But it's a guessing game for both of these players now.
m0NESY begins to move.
Hunter's been the hottest hand that G2 has here on Nuke, 12-5. They need this victory. All right, crowd, don't let him play with you like that.
As he into the vent. Hunter to plant to the back of the bomb site, punches those digits in. He's considering all different positions now, looking at Heaven. But Mezzi makes noise, and Hunter now has the perfect positioning to deal with this. Mezzi is giving him everything he needs. And Hunter slips the net. He gets in behind. It's not planning for him. And Mezzi considers the fact that he could have pushed into the hut. In fact, he's fixated upon that and now knows. He now knows that he has to be towards hut. And Hunter, that defuse tap is a little worrying for him. He has to go into the open. And he maybe outplays himself. Mezzi with yet another moment for vitality.
Yeah, puts himself in a weird disadvantage to where you can't really fully be confident he's not on the defuse. Oh, all the important swing rounds are going the way of Vital. It's the pistol round and the conversions. That's all G2 have. Mezzi has come to play in these playoffs.
And the difference for G2 throughout this tournament is the fact that they would be winning those rounds, right? They'd be winning those clutches, those moments that keep them in the game. Stewie going for the fast play through the smoke into it, stopped by Spinks, but it ain't stopping for G2. Hunter sprinting out, some speed behind this play, and G2 as the Samurai slice their way through this top bomb site.
Oh, one more through the smoke, insult to injury. Flame's gonna desperately try to recover the round. Flashbang is in, one headshot is there.
But he takes a lot of damage.
Both stuck up in Heaven.
Oh, Flames gets over the top again. Zywoo's held back by the flash and he's caught. Nico chops him up. And G2 with a simple but effective call into that upper site managed to gain themselves a 4th T round.
Yeah, that's using Braun. Trading in, good job from Hunter trading off Stewie coming out of that door smoke. Finding the foothold into the bomb site. And that allows all of G2 to spread out and find some fights. Instantaneous headshot from Modesty. And Nico at this distance is... Now we get the AWP in round 11 for the final 2 rounds of Vitality's CT side. Zywoo's got that parked up in Heaven.
Quicker variation of these outside smokes, they'll pop together. G2 can move behind them quite swiftly, and in fact, they're not going to cross behind Red. They'll go with a different approach.
Yeah, but Apex's position is perfect for this.
It is, it detects it if they come in towards main. Apex has got the spot, but Nico, is he going to think about this? No, he steps into the open. Apex knows the second player is there, and Modesty cannot afford to let that bomb go down, so he tosses it back, and he moves towards Secret instead.
Apex saw one backing off. That was Hunter, so he might think it's clear outside. Stewie's gone down to Flames. Nexus finding nothing in this hut lurk, and if he steps forward into the open, Mezzi's going to find him. Modesty tapping away, had a chance. Apex toying with him, but he wins out at the end.
Important fight to win there. It's a double setup on top of hut. Nexa, even if he gets one, there's no way he expects the second player up there, but that's a big clearance from Nexa.
Look at Zywoo.
Oh, Spinks actually dropped down. Spinks is going to go into the fight. This time wins it against Nexa. Switches out to the AK. Hunter coming in. And he's going to fight out Spinks. Takes him out. Goes up to the foot, but couldn't stop it. And now Modesty is up against Zywoo again. Modesty had the better of him in a Inferno, but a missed shot from Zywoo. And Zywoo runs back. Modesty goes to the vent and just gets down. He just gets away.
Zywoo's going to be hot on his heels, though. There's not a whole lot of time. Modesty, we know how good he is in clutches, how creative he can be. He's got low health.
A battle for the world's best again. Modesty hides in dark. Zywoo comfortable in the clutch. Modesty, was he spotted? Oh my God, Modesty! He is an icon in motion! This youngster doesn't care who's up against him! And that is a clutch that gives life to G2!
Since the very first time he stepped on an IEM stage, he has been delivering these moments and clutches for G2. And you just add another one to the resume.
And you talk about his competitors, you talk about the likes of Dog, you talk about Zywoo, but right now there's no one who's as consistently flashy, who is consistently brilliant like Modesty right now.
Event still team.
Yeah, still team.
We are waiting for you, Heaven.
One is side. That Heaven. One side. I think side. Kevin, twist. Bro.
Okay. Focus next.
And that's the impact round from Mezzi so long ago, but it got Vitality started on a 6-round run. It's taken that long for G2 to cool them off. Final round of the first half.
It could be a tight game again, Dallas. G2 are close to doing it. That Monacy 1v1 may have bigger ramifications than anybody can know. ZywOo is having a pretty quiet game here. He's 4-7, bottom of his team. He's got Spinks coming over to help him outside. He's going to play towards Secret. And G2 deploying the wall of smokes outside again. Spinks gets active, and that costs him his life. Nico's ready for it. Spinks walks into him. Smoke breaks open. ZywOo only gets one. Nico owns outside.
Feels like ZywOo's lost a step here in this third map. That missed op shot in the clutch against Monacy. Now this one, a little bit of a sketchier spray than we're used to seeing. Stuck on 5 kills at the moment. 4 on 3. And Nico is going to start wrapping on towards heaven. This G2 team is constricting under the upper bomb site, but all 3 members of Vitality are there.
Apex, eyes on heaven. 25 seconds, that's all that's left here. There's a play getting set up. Monacy, very fortunate no one was playing inside of main because that flash landed right in his eyes, but this is a huge setup inside of this site for Vitality. They've got a crossfire in the rafters as they look down. It's the Velociraptor of Nico though, and it's all tied up, baby. This grand final is delivering on all fronts.
One final half of Counter-Strike separates one of these teams from lifting the Intel Extreme Masters trophy on the front of that stage. It's tied up at 6, G2 and Vitality. This miracle run, this fairy tale run from G2 continues. They've got so much fight left in them, but Vitality is battling back. Dallas, do you want Vitality to win? Do you want G2 to win? And here we are in the pistol round. Hunter defend the upper bomb site. G2 lined up, and remember, they've got Nico outside. He put on a masterclass, a clinic on outside defense against FaZe. He's just got to do it one more time, and that trophy will be within his grasp.
Mezzi just leaps onto the main roof. It's quite fast here for Vitality. It's got a bit of speed behind it. Mezzi will have to consider the fact that Nico is likely at garage, and now he knows for sure. Mouth full of lead. Minute 17 left. Attack now going into this upper bomb site. Vitality blow for blow. It's a 3v3. Bomb is going to go down. Planted by ZywOo, but Stewie misses his chance, and now he's locked out at heaven. Naded and forced back. It's a retake that is possible for G2, but it's tough.
No kit is the problem.
One flash.
And they probably, they kind of feel like they have to wait out the smoke. That or you go early and hope Nexa can activate through it by getting a kill in the back of the bomb site.
Well, Nico coming in from heaven. Needs some clean shots. He'll drop on down first. It's going to be Stewie. Nico locking in that headshot. And this retake looked impossible. And it comes back in the way of G2.
What a drop into the bomb site. ZywOo never saw it coming. m0NESY's hyping him up.
They want to ride this wave of momentum all the way to the finish line. Some distance still to go.
Yeah, but that's both pistol rounds now for G2 on this third and deciding map. What a huge advantage the pistols are giving G2.
And Team Vitality are missing the X factor of having ZywOo on the squad. He isn't delivering that world-class performance on this final map. There's still time. And he goes to the Galil. It's an investment. It's a last-second investment from Vitality. And Spinks eats that grenade.
They're going to hit a timing towards this upper bomb site, it looks like, with this position inside of Hut, with ZywOo following up. Molotov on the top, see what you can get. m0NESY's going to be up in heaven very, very quickly. Here comes the execute.
Stewie 2K drops on down, it's one. Hunter stepping up with him, and m0NESY, of course, cleaning up the rest. It is just Apex. And this round goes nowhere for Vitality. That is the money gone again. It is going to be 9 rounds for G2 if they can just hold it together against the weak bite for Vitality, or it might even be the full eco coming up here.
And it's such a convincing second round as well against a bye that G2 can just feel so much momentum and energy flowing now. They get to play with the lead, playing with confidence.
Vitality always possess some power on the Deagles, so no one from G2 offering a chance. Passive setup towards outside, detecting ZywOo. Nico close quarters, it's a cleanup, it's one. And damage done on that second, he's got plenty of health. m0NESY up on top. Flames may have slipped a net into main, but he ain't going anywhere with it. He'll have a Galil to play with now, but Nico's still close by, and he's going to drop further back into garage.
Yeah, it's pretty cool movement, though, from Flames. He might be able to slip the net a little bit. m0NESY's still paying some attention to outside. They recognize the danger. Timing was there.
You got to be quick. You have to be accurate if you want to beat m0NESY in that duel. It's 9 rounds for G2, and they are starting to get to the end of what might just be one of Counter-Strike's greatest fairy tales. This has to be the best story in CS2 so far, right? Like, this is just unbelievable. The script writers need to get a raise. Vitality have a bye. But if they drop this, it's 10 for G2, and who's stopping them?
Yeah, this round is critical for Vitality just to stay within striking distance. Apex going to work his way around the smokes outside. Nico backs away. Once again, support of m0NESY deep. Apex looking for anything. Here's that spam. Spotted it too late.
Already outside feels a lot stronger from G2 than it did from Vitality.
It's a good run though from Apex. He recognized a passive defense that he could cross over towards Secret. So he's at least got G2 realizing and saying in the back of their minds, there's at least one down Secret. Which makes the ramp players nervous. They don't like that.
We haven't seen a whole lot of ramp. We have not seen ramp that much in this map so far.
Yeah, G2 didn't touch it.
Perhaps Vitality would like to have a go. They would have to challenge Ilya. Nico, perfect positioning. That Apex maneuver to get down Secret early is cancelled out as he walks back upwards.
And there'll be a little bit of a delay. Stewie drops the Molotov. Now Vitality's going to be fine with that. They're going to take some time to get up onto the roof to drop the execute, the utility that they need towards top
30 seconds still.
It's all on this.
Stewie searching for this attack in. Vitality trying to remain composed. Flames gets that first entry. Stewie gets one from the back of the bomb site, but he's still standing. He just needs to delay. He's got Hunter up on top. Stewie still alive. Zywoo hunting him down. And this would be one way for Zywoo to wake up in this final, but he can't stop Stewie. 10 rounds for G2. And do Vitality have anything left in them? It feels like no one was going to be able to stop G2 in this competition. Vitality did them the favor of dealing with Spirit earlier in the competition.
It's so impressive the way they've gotten better and better every game. And on the stage now in their element. The third timeout used from Vitality, as they try to come up with a plan to recover this map.
They don't have the weapons for the job in this kind of round. They're saving the majority of their money for the next.
Guys, just keep our economy up. Let's make this game hard as shit for them.
And so it will be Tech9s and Deagles. 11 rounds, the most likely outcome for G2.
Nico gets a little bit aggressive, but here in those pistols, now they're across the red box, he's going to want to tuck into some cover. Instead of playing outside with Modesty and Tandem at a distance, he'll switch to the upper bomb site. Excuse me, down to Secret.
We'll change up. Nico hasn't been spotted towards Secret just yet. He's got that call. Passed on over. Modesty with the spray. Apex and Zywoo dead through that smoke. And Nexa, good luck getting through him with his Galil. He'll hold down one. And the second falls. It is Flames with 4 players and not a shot in hell. 11 rounds for G2. And Vitality are now on their last legs.
And remember how this series has gone. Map 1, G2 came back from an 8-11 deficit to force overtime. Map 2, 5-12 deficit. G2 had no quit. And finally on the deciding map, they're playing from the front. It's Vitality who have to show they can dig deep.
Vitality need a G2-esque comeback. Nico descends to the lower bomb site. Mezzi with the outside smokes in place. Apex moves with them. Nico coming to meet them outside, but Apex has a good timing. He's got through into main. Stewie looks away, and Apex the Predator. That's 2 chopped out of the defense for G2, and Apex goes back to spot out Nico. And the in-game leader's got some moves.
All right, that's a disgusting play from Apex.
He's got another one offered up, but beating Monacy is proving impossible.
Nah, he just single-handedly won the round. Shout out to Apex. That's exactly what your team needed in this moment. Deflated, not a whole lot of things to work with. You take a risk, an educated gamble to slip in towards Mini, and boy does it have success. And that allows Vitality to kind of calm down, slow things down, and let out a sigh of relief.
And talk about leading by example. This is one of the most high-pressure rounds Vitality have faced in this grand final, and Apex just gets sick timing.
It's not going to get any easier. G2's built up so much money during this win streak to start the second half. 5 in a row. I'm barely losing players. They were convincing rounds. Vitality's still got to grind through a lot of money before it gets any easier for them.
The third kill on Nico is so sick from Apex to go back through that smoke as well. As you mentioned, G2 still got a buy.
And Monacy's gotten off.
Oh, and he's changing it up a little bit. He's heading outside aggressively with Nico. But Vitality are avoiding them.
Yeah, nobody's home outside. And there's so many smokes down, I don't think G2 quite realized that just yet. Once again, Stewie and Hunter gonna be challenged. This time Stewie falls. Nico's here though.
Blind.
Oh, what a flashbang. What a blinding flashbang. And followed up by headshots.
Is there anything left for Monacy? He usually hits those, even though it's so difficult to strike. When Nexa comes over heaven, it is Flames to fall. Nexa cleans up to CT Vent, and it's Apex again. He knows that Monacy's got out to his right side, and what a shot from Apex! That is so ridiculous!
Just give it to him. Monacy even hits the leg shot, and before you can blink, it's over.
Out of this world from Apex.
A little bit of love from Counter-Strike on that one, but at this point in the map, you take it.
Flying into the air, dealing with Monacy. We'll get to see it again. Apex carrying Vitality in back-to-back rounds. And Monacy can't believe that. Headset flung off. I didn't know he could do that.
Just a little stress in a stressful situation.
Timeout for G2. They don't want to be in a position that Vitality found themselves in earlier, right? Having all of these map points, having all of these chances to close, and watching that fall away from you.
And what's focused on them is the money's gone after this buy. That's what the timeout is for. Vitality win this. If G2 lose everything, having to save at an 11-9 scoreline would be a nightmare.
Apex has kept his team alive long enough, has reopened their second wind. Opportunities now for the likes of ZywOo to step up and actually get involved in this third map. Different look again from Nico. He'll play to the back of Garage. Apex has done a pretty good job at dealing with Nico.
Back-to-back big impact rounds from the captain of Vitality. What more does he have in store for us? You got on that list of names, and he's not anywhere near the top of who you'd expect to give you a big play, a big moment.
Had a great opening playoff game here in Dallas, but no one thought it would carry into the grand final.
They're doubled up in ramp.
And Monacy's ready. They strike right through two. It could have been a collateral. It certainly could have been, but Nexa cleaning up the rest. ZywOo stays alive on a fraction of his health, but Apex again. Snappy headshot, Hunter down, and they're together on this lower site. This is a duo that works so well together. Apex and ZywOo, they just have it in them.
And Apex is pissed right now. The game he's putting out in these past 3 rounds is incredible.
Stewie and Nico to recover this lower bomb site for G2. Could be another impactful round for Apex. ZywOo at the control room. He's damaged up. Time is starting to tick now for this G2 retake. Timing for ZywOo to look away. It's Nico with that kill, and Apex again into the clutch, but Nico stops him this time. It's not 3 for 3 for Apex. In fact, it is map point for G2, and Nico forces them through.
Championship point for G2.
I cannot believe they're doing this right now. It started as a pipe dream. This week has just been absolutely wonderful. The 2v2 for tournament point.
Bye is not anything you're happy about. 3 MP9s out of a round victory. Nico outside with Modesty and support. Smoke gonna be blown open. Apex turns away for the peek. Oh, and he spots Nico. Bullets don't land. Spam doesn't land, and they've crossed the secret.
G2 searching for their first title of the year. I had to come to this event without their in-game leader. Bringing Stewie back to play. The first time in the playoffs in front of a crowd since 2019. And this time, Nico will welcome the send them home chants of the US crowd. 45 seconds left. Everyone's still alive.
It's so tentative on the map. Nobody wants to make the mistake. Utility out up top.
Nico takes down Flays first. Second chance here for Nico. In the smoke, Hunter. He's touching the opponent, but G2, they're rolling right through. And a wondrous week ends with G2 as champions. Stewie is back home, and G2, for the first time this year, can call themselves champions at the Intel Extreme Masters. This is G2. This is miraculous.
Can you actually believe they've done it? Modesty establishing himself as the best player. Nico sliding into in-game leadership for this event and a desperate bid at the trophy. Hunter with the beleaguered start to the year. Nexa lifting his first trophy ever. And Stewie stepping in. You can talk about his game, you can talk about his attitude, his ego, but he's got the heart of a champion.
And now today, he is again a champion. Vitality gave us a good run, a fantastic final. They'll wait longer for their trophy this year. Plenty of chances. But today, this week, it's all about G2. They are walking with destiny. The Intel Extreme Master Champions Dallas 2024. It's G2.
What a sight to take in from all different angles. Yes, it is true. It is G2 getting it done in Dallas in the most stylish fashion that they possibly could. That's G-Stu to you, Yanko.
Absolutely unbelievable, Trace. A dream run for G2, a dream run for Stewie, away from Tier 1 Counter-Strike for close to 2 years. Comes in as a stand-in and is now and leaves a champion.
He does, and then on the other side for Zywoo and company back to whatever drawing board or figuring it out. But today, the French were not on top.
No, and I'm gonna have to do some serious work as a lawyer because some ghosting was happening on that map 3. Zywoo never joined the server for the last map. But his counterpart, the AWP on G2, Modesty, the best player in the world right now, making his mark, his impression on the game.
Nico, in an event with a stand-in, with you stepping into the IG